All right. I'm just gonna get started. Again. Just like last week. Okay. Oh shit, that's right. Oh well. Where is he? There he is. I feel like I'm running weird. He do be waddling though. Why he jumping like that though? We gotta go. Ow. There we go. Alright, there you go. Oh, frick. Oh my god. Ooh. woof. He do be jumping around like a frog, though. Oh my god. Didn't expect that. There we go. One more? Another phase? Definitely another phase. Ooh, he's also part Scorpion, that makes sense. Do it again, thank you. What the hell? I shot it that time. I shoot faster, I guess. Like that, there you go. Okay. Hello, Lawrence.
Daylight savings got me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I was reading Dungeon Meshi last night, and at first it was like, you know, midnight because of stream, and then next thing I looked, it was like 4 a.m. and I was like, what the hell? It hasn't been 4 hours. I know for a fact it hasn't. Lo and behold, I was right. Daylight savings sucks.
Also, did I walk into a war zone?
In what way are you referring to?
I mean, the messages, there doesn't seem to be that many messages, but it seems to have done the muting as more.
I don't know. Definitely not the right thing to do, i.e. muting Saba, but I don't know, man. I'm getting a little annoyed with the, like at first it was just kind of like funny haha joke, but now it's like actually like anti-intellectual arguments, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna not deal with that. Like, at first I thought it was funny or whatever, but like, nah, that's like literally what taxonomy is for, is so we can give things like this names. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just not gonna deal with it anymore.
Drive the conversation somewhere.
I mean, about to say, I am more than willing to move on to move on to something else. I don't know. Well, actually, I guess you know what? I guess to be fair, I wasn't ready to move on to something else, because I did wake up this morning like upset, because I was like, I know I'm right. Like, I know I am. And normally being right isn't usually like a big thing for me. Like, usually I don't really care that much about being right. But I don't know, there was definitely something about this particular argument that I was like, yeah, it's the same.
I would this conversation further, but I think this conversation topic is a little poisoned.
The original intention of this conversation topic was that it was supposed to be like a funny haha Griffith did nothing wrong, but when someone argues that Griffith isn't a human being, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anywho, I don't know. I would love to unmute Saba, but she has to be she has to be in Discord in order for you to unmute her. So yeah.
So when are we beginning the Pathless?
Did I not
I
stream?
guess
did
it'd be-
did I not turn it on Discord?
No,
Oh, I about to say I just finished the boss fight.
you did.
Yeah, I thought you were watching because you said why did I walk into a war zone, and I was in the middle of fighting the giant bear spider, and it was like shooting laser beams at me.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, you just missed the whole boss fight, but that's fine.
Dang.
It was a pretty okay boss fight. It's weird, man. That fight with the Komodo dragon giraffe dinosaur, that was by far the most complicated.
Oh,
Lawrence,
sorry.
are you okay?
I'm a little gassy when I wake up, but
All right, so I gotta get the rest of the emblems so I can get the bears thing. And confront a god slayer. I don't want to. Leave. No. Video game, leave me alone. The Might of Kumo. Press and hold flap while gliding to perform a super flap. It will consume a large number of flaps, but it is more powerful. That's good to know.
and you got more flaps.
Huzzah. Boom! Whoa! Oh, it's literally the height that you would normally get from each flap, but it does it in a row.
Wow.
That's kind of neat, actually, so I don't have to mash anymore.
Also, everything is red.
I'm about to say, everything's very orange.
which is pretty cool, but I hope it doesn't get novel.
Novel?
Sorry, it doesn't get, fuck, what's that word?
Nauseating?
It doesn't get annoying. by looking at it
Annoying,
too much.
okay. I'm assuming it'll probably just be for this area, right? Okay, alright. So I guess for now, since I'm not really going to put in the effort to remind Colin that we have stream, I guess it's kind of just the Lawrence and Zach show for today, which could be nice. It's been a while since it's just been you and me hanging out.
Yeah. When was
Did
the
I-
last time we did this on a stream?
I think there was a few times. No, definitely not during Pokemon yet. I don't know. There must have been something. Okay, here we
That was
go.
just a side story.
Oh yeah,
I could
probably.
think of.
I got that
Oh,
one.
I didn't know this, but I saw a video of Northern Lion playing 5D chess.
Yeah, he did. He did it a while ago. Yeah.
And he did rather poorly, which is understandable considering the game had no tutorial.
Right.
But I didn't know he used to be. What was he, a master?
No. Okay. So Northern Lion used to play competitive chess when he was younger, and he was pretty good at it. He then avoided playing chess for well over a decade because he was afraid that people would like criticize his like chess skill or whatever, because back at the place where he was doing his competitions, he would constantly get like ridiculed for making mistakes. Turns out he's one of the best like just Twitch streamers who can play chess, but he's not specifically a chess guy. So he's been gaining popularity again, and because his platform is so huge, like his fan base is so huge, he brought in a bunch of like, you know, a bunch of people to chess.com and stuff. So he hits up the chess.com Twitter as a joke and was like, yo, what if you guys gave me the Grandmaster tag for a week, lol. Or sorry, for 24 hours, lol. And then they did. So for 24 hours, Northern Lion had the GM tag next to his name, and he was able to rub it in a bunch of people's faces because they weren't familiar with like the meme or whatever. And it was actually pretty good. That was a good time for content. That was before he had the baby. But yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good at chess.
Yeah. I didn't know all those details. It's just the one video I saw.
No,
But
yeah,
he
because
just-
I'm sure that was
he-
probably during the time where that was still the big joke of was haha, I'm a GM. Dude, I didn't even hold the button down.
Wow.
You son of a bitch. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, you know what I should do? I forgot I can just do this. Oh, there you go. Oh, oh, cool. All right. Not to bring it up, but I think I really hurt Saba's feelings, or at least frustrated her a lot. maybe I did go a little too far, because like I made chicken for breakfast, or not for breakfast, for lunch today. And while I was baking chicken, I was watching videos on whether or not foxes were dogs. So yeah, maybe I took it a little bit too far.
But can we all just agree foxes are adorable?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's see. Detention center. I thought this was an infirmary.
The one through bad.
Alright, so this is another one of melt the things, which is fair. Okay. Oh my god, there's so much. I like the banners clipping into the wall. You like that?
Oh yeah, it's it hurts my eyes, but sure.
Alright, we're looking for a torch, so we got a torch there. Bring it here. There we go.
Oh man, Adrian never told us about his Burger King foot mouth story.
Was that in banter ideas?
That was in banter ideas.
We he was here, right? Yesterday? I'm not wrong.
Right, but I haven't heard any Burger King. Foot
No.
mouth story.
I mean in the sense that we went through like a lot of banter ideas yesterday.
Yeah.
I think. I think we did. I don't know. We kind of just gabbed for a long time, which is also good.
Actually, you're kind of right about that.
What?
'Cause I'm looking at the banter topics. Did you talk about the Universal Technical Institute?
Well, that was a while ago. It was basically just a joke because I've been getting a lot of ads for Universal Technical Institute or whatever, and I saw it and I was like, man, that's a really unfortunate acronym, isn't it? And that's about it. That was the whole thought process behind that one.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot. There we go. We got that side. Now I need to light this side. But in order to light this side, I need a... I
do hope Saba joins us soon, because I was very interested in continuing the OC's topic that she brought up last week.
Oh yeah, that would be really good. If you, because I think she's mad at me, would you mind messaging and be like, "Hey, man, Zach promises to drop the topic wholesale." There are three things you don't talk about in polite company: politics, religion, and whether or not foxes are dogs.
Or Griffith did nothing wrong. Or the actions of Griffith.
Griffith did nothing wrong. They agreed to it. They gave him a life oath. What the hell? Where's the other? Oh, I don't give a shit about these, dude. There you go. Look at that. Let's bring it out. Oh, excuse me.
Alright, I sent her a message. Like, join us for talks with OCs. Because what was the question again? Like, what constitutes an OC?
Yeah. What's the difference between like an OC and like a self-insert or whatever? I'm about to say, and obviously I will save any major conversational details for when/if Saba gets here, but for me, it's always whether or not it's like it literally it just needs to be a person who doesn't exist in order for it to be an OC, right? And then it's just an OC.
Right.
Like freaking Aang is an OC. technically. Right? And
I
Katara,
guess so.
Harry Potter, like these are all technically OCs. It's just they're, I don't know. Like actually, I just thought of somebody who fits a closer definition of what an OC is, and that's Sans Undertale.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people would argue that OCs are like characters that creators will reuse. And
Right.
he does show up in Deltarune too, so
Yeah, that's 2 pieces of work where it's been showed up.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, this guy with a conversation here.
well, I guess we can... I guess we should wait. Oh, I got a response from Saba. Hold on.
I am upset because Zach is an asshole. I refuse to come back until he admits he was wrong. To which I'll say I was wrong for muting her, and that's it. Did I get the gist of it?
I... At least you're apologizing for something.
Wait, was I right?
About which bit?
Ah, never mind. It's fine. Doesn't matter. All right, so there is a torch here at the tip of a sword that leads nowhere. Hmm. Oh, spirit lanterns. Or, yeah. There we go. Oh my god. Lawrence, look at this. Look at this shit. You ready for this?
1 second. I'm seeing.
Ready? Watch this.
Oh my god.
And then it goes into his eye. Dude, that's incredible. That is definitely somebody realizing how ridiculous their auto aim technology is and then using it in a cool ass way. That's incredible. I love that.
The question is, did the God Slayer set up these puzzles?
I don't know,
These
man.
elaborate puzzles, like, haha, you'll never get this chest unless you were master.
Master Archer.
Master Archer, able to curve the shot.
Like wrap it around an object twice, even. Like that's how insane that is.
Not
Oh my
even Robin Hood could do
god!
this.
Look at this.
Ooh,
I have to go that far. I mean, I
better
could
get
probably
busy
do it.
flying.
It's taking me too high. There you go. I did it. Yay. I also just thought of the the notion that in theory at the end of the Pathless we were gonna like shift to or Night in the Woods, which I believe was supposed to be Saba. So she's
Oh no,
not...
Night in the Woods was me.
Was it you or was it Saba? Let me look at the list.
I'm sure it was me.
Was it announcements? The Pathless, Night in the Woods, Lawrence. It was you. So
Yeah.
never mind. Oh, and
remember because that
and
was
Saba
my
was
time to
Hob.
shine.
Yeah. Oh, and we can take Stanley Parable off this now. Because we already did that. Epic Battle Fantasy 5 and Donut County. Yeah. Colin is her story. Oh, Kami, have mercy on your souls, and that's me. It's true.
8-hour session. Let's go.
Alright, cool. We're all set there. Does Saba want me to apologize to her directly? Because I will. I did make a consummate promise never to server mute her again, and I broke it in a moment of annoyance, which is not fair.
You broke it when no one was looking.
I broke it when Saba was looking. She's not nobody.
Right, but she is a victim, and everyone else is witnesses.
I suppose. Ooh, you think I stand here and it does something? Yo, I was right. Environmental Breath of the Wild puzzles, I love them.
You won with the statue.
All right, I guess this area is complete because I got the lanterns, right? What's that over there? You see that?
Not like right off there over the ridge.
Yeah, you see that? It's like a weird like sun starburst thing. I don't know. Let's go look at it.
Yeah.
Let's go see what that is.
No, the way Saba said that you'll need a little bit more time to cool off, and that's perfectly fine.
She's really that mad? Maybe I should delete her being a Ben Shapiro.
That would probably be a good idea.
I mean, admittedly.
No, hold on.
What?
I don't know where you're going.
Well, no, I'm not. Well, no. I'm definitely not saying she's bad as Ben Shapiro, but like I was saying before, it's not even the whole like foxes are dogs thing that upsets me. It's the her just constantly repeating, "I'm right, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong," and then acting like that's an argument. That frustrates me a lot because I have to deal with that shit a lot in my own personal life. And I don't know. I think that's the only reason why I'm a little annoyed. But I can get over it. Dude, that must be, now that I'm looking at it, that must be how we get to the island in the sky or something.
Quite possibly.
Oh yeah, look. Wait, they're at the lighthouses. Or the towers. See, there's one over there too.
Oh, you're right.
That's strange.
That wasn't there before, right?
I don't think so. We would have noticed them if they were. Here, let me go to this bridge while I'm here.
Oh, you already got 10. Oh, sorry. No, I'm looking at the
You looked at the feathers and was like, wow!
And this is like minute 15 of me being awake.
Minute 15? That's fair. Daylight savings sucks. It's fair. Okay. This is clearly a place with a thing in it, but what is it? Oh, there's a chest right there. That's neat. That's real neato. I wonder if this is gonna be a timed thing where I just have to run. Like at the very end of this, there's gonna be like a switch, and it's gonna be like tick 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 boom. Oh.
Oh, you didn't know, but I made a bomb.
The God Slayer.
Yeah. But you use a sword, and I use a bow and arrow. I was like, oh, I upgraded.
What kind of idiot would just stick with a sword? We have technology. He pulls out like a Glock. It shoots you.
Dodge this, bitch.
Not really a topic that you brought up, but one of the things that you had mentioned earlier was like who's placing all the traps or whatever, and I was gonna be like, oh, you know, the trickster god, and it just reminded me of how much I love the like world, like just a lot of the stuff in No Game No Life I'm not a huge fan of. In general, but like I love the origin story of like how the world came to be that way. Just the idea of it being like, yeah, there was a war between gods. They all killed each other except for the trickster god because he was a trickster and he just hung out and like avoided death, and so now he's the only one around by default. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
He knows how to survive fights. Just don't be in them.
Yeah, just don't be in them. It was like, and I was like, yeah, you know what, respect. And then the idea of like, because the trickster god is the only one left, now the only thing that matters is games. And I'm like, also fair. All right, where are we going? let's head over there. Ooh, we can go up there too. That's like
Up
a weird.
there seems
Oh,
like,
that's Ganon's castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that
Pretty
before.
much.
So we'll go to Ganon's castle, then down there to whatever that is, and then up there. Oh my god, it's so high. Dude, I can't even
maybe
make
too
it.
high. Unless you can. There you go.
I mean, I can land here. Oh, bird, what are you doing? Bird? Bird?
You big chillin'.
He do be big chillin'. Maybe I'm just a stupid kid, but maybe I still am. But I always still thought that lava just kind of hung out in volcanoes, you know, like big chillin'. God, I love overanalyzing Avatar. It's so good every time.
Because he's kind of right.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't actually think about that. Because every time I see a volcano in any popular depiction, it always has like just a big thing of magma in it.
Yeah.
I would love
lava.
to see a series of stuff like that, I guess, where it's like assumptions that you have because of like media. Like another one, and people have said this before, but like the one of like, I always assumed that quicksand would be a bigger problem than it was.
Oh, yeah.
Right? and like that one's like funny, haha. I will admit, I legitimately thought that. I legitimately thought that quicksand was going to be a big problem that I was going to have to deal with at one point. Lo and behold,
Yeah.
no, obviously.
You fool. They only happen in jungles, not in the beach.
They do, though. They do happen at the beach, actually, more often. But it's
Really?
not... Yeah, quicksand. Yeah, because quicksand is literally just sand with water underneath it. That's basically all quicksand
Right.
is. And so, yeah, the idea of... like it does happen in jungles, obviously. But it does happen a lot at beaches, but it's not the quicksand that you see in popular media where it like sucks you in and you can't escape. Nah, it's just like it's just sand that kind of acts a little bit like water, and that's it.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, for the most part, obviously people die and get injured in quicksand all the time, but that's usually because they're like panicking. Right? So they agitate the sand, which makes them like sink faster. It's like, nah, literally just like lie down and you'll float. You'll be fine. Float, and then you can even like gently backstroke your way out.
Right. I've seen the video on how to get a quicksand, which will come in useful when
I have to deal with
Jones.
quicksand eventually, you know.
Yeah, in the future, you know, the issue that all adults have to face.
I'm about to say, there are 3 things that are on every adult's mind: death, taxes, and quicksand.
One could even say death and quicksand share the same connection.
That's a good point. No, they don't. It's different. It's a fate worse than death.
It's different.
It's a fate worse than death, even. Alright, so these last 2 statues are kind of difficult to deal with because I need to open their eye somehow, but I can't glide. Dude, this place looks cool. Look at all these flying buttresses. Also, this is like a fort, I guess. A fort of what? For what? I have no idea, but that's whatever.
I mean, I guess I gotta figure out once you...
Yeah, see, there's a button right there, but how do I get there? I have to come in from somewhere up high, but I can't glide. Because there's a bunch of up air drafts. I don't know. Do you think if I just run in here, it'll just automatically happen for me? Oh.
Oop.
Well, we got this one.
Maybe it won't automatically happen, but you'll be one step closer.
There you go. I mean, that's neat. Like, that's real cool and all, but how do I make this guy open his eye? Oh, I already shot it. Right.
Well,
Okay, so let's go this way then, I guess.
so I've been cringing a lot of adventure clips again, just because I got that Marvel
Adventure
itch.
Adventure
reason.
clips?
Avengers. Clips.
Oh, Avengers. Okay, sorry.
But sure, yeah, they go to adventures.
But yes, sorry, Avengers
But,
clips.
I didn't realize that now Endgame's character in sorry, Thor's character in Endgame is very controversial.
You mean him being like fat and depressed, but then that's played for
Fair
comedy?
first. Yes.
Yeah. Because like they do play it as a like funny haha like look how fat he is now. Remember when he was like super hot, everybody? But
Super buff.
yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about it? As a fat depressed guy, I'm not super into it, but then again, it's fine.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like if they actually went the route where Thor is depressed and it's sad, I think it would have been very hard to watch. Not in a sense of like,
they sort of, because you need to have comedy in a Marvel movie, right? Because that's like 90% of the reason why people are here. So I just remembered that I could do that, by the way. I could do like a launch, so that way I can actually get over this. But oh come on, but they sort of do that though. They sort of play it straight at some points where it's where they're back in time and he back in time and he like you know he meets his mom again.
Right.
And he calls Mjolnir and it still comes to him. And and he's still worthy, and that was like the thing that he was like upset about. Essentially, was that he was like, I can't be the god, I can't be the god of thunder, I can't be Thor, I'm not worthy. And then it turns out he was, and so it's like they kind of play it like legit, but you are definitely right where it's like, what else were they gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, the end of Infinity War was really upsetting. So, and the beginning of Endgame is really upsetting. Even
very truly,
like I don't know, I like the part that I was okay with in terms of Fat Thor was the I can't believe I just did that again, I'm so stupid. The part that I was okay with was the where they're all like together and he just looks like the Big Lebowski.
Right, and even Tony Stark comments about that.
And Tony Stark's an asshole. So it makes sense, right? So like Tony, like it makes sense that Tony Stark would bring it up because he's an asshole. But like, I don't know. It was just like him, like okay, him, Thor just hanging out doing basically fuck all for 5 years and just getting super fat and lazy. That makes sense if you're depressed, you know. Is that it, or is there one more? Oh my God, there's still one more. But then, like, yeah, because like once a person like that would have to reintegrate into a cooperative like unit, yeah, it kind of makes sense that he would just be like, "Man, I want to be here."
I don't think anyone would want to.
Absolutely not. Can you guys just leave me alone? I don't even have Mjolnir anymore. There you go.
Wait, right. But didn't he?
No, well, it was Mjolnir. Shattered. No, it was shattered by what's her face.
No, not Mjolnir. I'm thinking
Meow Meow.
The giant axe.
Which, of course, as we know, was made in that movie.
Right. But couldn't he have just used that to figure out if he's worthy? Well, I guess it helped that his mom also told him he was worthy. Like, yay.
Well, wait, did they make the oh right, obviously they made it in Infinity War. Well, because I mean it's not the same thing, right? Because Mjolnir was specifically made to prove that he was like the god of thunder or whatever, right? So it's like different, despite the fact that it's like relatively equal power. I guess it's different. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna rub you right there. I'm gonna rub you right there. There you go. Nice. Oh God, I love this bird so much. It's gonna be so sad when he dies at the end.
But I also see what people are talking about with them being upset, because like, yeah, they're kind of right as well.
They definitely could have. It definitely smells like somebody who's a little bit out of touch with. at least the modern zeitgeist of that sort of thing. I don't know. And not that you necessarily have to appease everybody, but it definitely could have been a little bit more tasteful. I'm sure there's a lot of, you know, people who are depressed out there that don't like the idea of like, oh, so I'm just a joke then.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of people. That's exactly why it's being criticized upon.
Like,
hey, I'm fat and depressed, and I super don't like this.
Yeah, but I was like, I super don't appreciate this. And then obviously there'd be people out there that are like, well, then stop being fat and depressed. And it's like, wow, thanks, I didn't think about that.
Which is very upsetting to hear.
Yeah.
So they also get a point.
The one of the things that I was gonna mention a long while back was I mean, you brought up Northern Lion a little bit ago, right?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. He I've said it before, but he has a tendency of like saying stuff that's like pseudo incendiary, more or less just to try and get chat riled up so interaction is higher.
Right.
And that's his own prerogative. He's allowed to do that. And most of the time it's stuff that's like innocuous. It's stuff like, you know, is a hot dog a sandwich? You know, stuff that doesn't matter. But every once in a while it'll be
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Actually, you know what? It's too soon to bring up the Fox topic, but continue on.
It's a Griffith did nothing wrong. Well, my
Griffith did nothing wrong. That's very good.
The Griffith did nothing wrong to me is a category of argument where it's mostly a joke that's just designed to make people yell. But anyway, sometimes he'll say stuff and it's weird. You kind of pick up on it over like a long period of time, but he says that it's a joke, but you can kind of tell when he argues for a point a little bit too hard that it's sort of what he feels. So like, for example, Northern Lion obviously has a very intense work ethic, right? Like that's pretty much obvious just from his YouTube channel. But he also has like a lot of disrespect for like people with emotional conditions, I suppose. And so we're talking about yeah, I'm going to just outright call it disrespect because there were times like one of the arguments that he made was along the lines of like oh god, how the fuck am I gonna do this? I guess I gotta float and then shoot at the right angle. Nope, that's hard. If that's what I'm supposed to do, that's ridiculous.
Wait, what about that ridge way back there?
Ooh, can I reach it? Do you think I can still aim from there? Let's see.
It's close enough to give it a shot.
It's a little bit too far. I think it's actually the glide into the chute. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But then I gotta do it again, which sucks. Anywho, sorry, to finish up the thought, it was one of the topics he brought up as like he said it was a joke, but it was he was like, hey man, if you have to tell yourself in the morning that at least you took a shower today, you should really shoot for more.
I mean, oh come on.
Exactly, and that was like the thing was that there was a bunch of people in chat who agreed with them because they were like, yeah, you should definitely try to do more over the course of a day. And while I'm not disagreeing with that, right? Like obviously you should, I guess, try to do more. You know, there's a lot of people who that helps them make it through the day at all.
Yeah.
And so like I made
accomplishments.
Yeah, about to say small accomplishments. And so I more or less made that argument in the chat, and I got immediately like booed out of the room where it's like, listen,
aww,
if you're advocating for people doing minimum effort over the course of a day, just get out. And I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know, man. And so like that's the only I bring this up as like a pseudo Griffith did nothing wrong sort of thing, right? Where it's like I don't legitimately believe that that's what Northern Lion thinks necessarily, but he definitely said it, and it definitely convinced a lot of people to agree with him. There you go. Look at that. And I get 3 treasure chests.
Nice.
And then like it's a lot less controversial, but did I tell you? I think I might have told you, but did I tell you about the thing with pho?
Food? Pho?
Yeah, the food.
What about it?
So it should be noted that Northern Lion is Canadian. I'm sure after watching your video that came up at some point, or after watching his video that came up at some point. And so, needless to say, people in different parts of the world pronounce things differently, right? And so Northern Lion does have to deal with a lot of grief in regards to people correcting him on words that he's technically not wrong on. Like he'll say pasta instead of pasta, for example. Stuff like that. Like stuff that doesn't really matter. But, you know, the word is pho. But he was like, but it's spelled faux, so I'm gonna call it faux. And it's like, and the argument, wasn't like, oh, I made a mistake, so I'm gonna correct it or whatever. It's, no, it's spelled this way, and it's easier for me to say this way, so I'm just gonna say it like that. And it's like, I don't know, then why do you say baguette? It's because you learned it as baguette, right? But what if you learned, what if you learned it somewhere else? Would you then be like, no, I'm gonna call it a baguette? You know, like that.
I was gonna pull the bologna joke.
Yeah, bologna, bologna. Although they spell bologna as bologna nowadays, but
they do.
Yeah, a lot. Like if you go to like the supermarket, they'll just spell it bologna instead of bologna.
Check this out. Bolognese.
Bologne's nuts. Uh-huh.
Nice. No, Bologna is a city in northern Italy.
But yeah, so I don't know. It was a weird thing that then kind of devolved a little bit, and clearly Northern Lion was able to identify like, maybe this has actually gone a little bit too far, because the arguments became like the discussions rather in chat became, if I pronounce something one way, then that's fine. Oh, cool. I guess I solved that puzzle without even really doing anything.
Well, but yeah, I guess by technicality, if you pronounce it, if you just say the word without any proper pronunciation, sure, you're trying.
Like, yeah, like I'm about to say, you're acknowledging the thing, but it's pho, dude. It's not that hard. Yeah. And then that was the time, and this is probably where you'll recognize the story from. That was when I was like, okay, well then, how do you pronounce Nguyen? Right, yeah, I just spelt it out, and then that's when a bunch of people were like, log off, weirdo. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, it was probably a little bit too far, but it is still part of the same argument. It's spelled Nguyen, so why don't you just pronounce it like that?
That's how we're gonna. That's how we're gonna call Adrian, Nguyen.
Nguyen. Or Saga Bean.
Oh yes, beans.
God, where? Okay, so there's that tower up there. Oh, it's this. There you go. That's what I was going for. Oh my God, there's actually quite a bit left in this area. Maybe I should go around this big mountain and go over there.
Oh wait, look up for a second.
There's like a big bridge.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
What?
I saw that giant light towards the top right there.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Sozin's Comet is here?
Oh, like we're all about to die.
That was my first reaction.
Oh, that's really funny.
Give me a second. I need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, that's fine. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown, just listen to the music of the traffic in the city. Linger on the sidewalk where the streetlights are pretty. How can you know? I should really learn the rest of that song at some point. I do sing it all the time. Forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown. La da 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 downtown. Everything will be alright now. Alright, let's do a quick hop. Nope, not off the cliff. There you go. Alright, so that seems to be what I was hunting for, was just this box. Frick, dude. Alright. Okay. 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 Alright. Frick! Alright, who's texting me? Ooh. Alright. Ta-da! Another lantern! Who would have guessed? I mean, there's that. I thought there was something in between. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was just that. Ooh. Hello. That's a big dog. With stuff inside of him. Well, there you go. Maybe out the back. Nope, nope. Oh my god. Ta-da! Okay. Not what I was expecting to find down here. This thing is cool as hell, though. A sequence for the monster symbols as usual. Ah! There's one. What about you? What do you got? Are you one of them? Can't see. I don't think so. See you, you're there. Which translates to, I have no idea. What about you? You seem to be there. So Bear seems to be on the far side. Yeah. Bear appears to be on the far side. Something is here. It's this one. Is giraffe. Yeah, alright. Second one is giraffe. No, stop. There you go. I now know to do that. There you got giraffe. That one is unknowable. And this one is something. Ah, four-headed. Hydra. Am I wrong? That's definitely a Hydra, of which that one is the Hydra. This one is nowhere to be found. Oh,
Did somebody say hi?
there it is. It's another bear. Hello.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of the Avengers.
Massive skeleton.
Yeah, dude, you missed it, but it's it's like a giant like wolf skeleton.
Yo.
It's pretty cool. All right,
We didn't see a wolf god, did we?
No.
Or like any giant. Okay.
Which is a little weird. We have 2 reptiles and 2 mammals, which I guess is fine. But this is the second time, by the way, that the puzzle has had the bear, like bear spider, in it twice, and not the deer.
Huh. I wonder
Yeah.
if there's some sort of
Significance to that? That's what I'm wondering. All right. Yeah, look at this.
Might
Look at
be
this shit.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool as hell? That thing's metal
but
as fuck.
A little terrifying.
And at the very back of his throat was a hole that I went down, and there was just some crystals down there.
Well, I'm glad he ate some crystals before he died.
I'm about to say, got his vitamins in there.
Yeah.
Or his, no, minerals.
He got his minerals. So the other night, I was watching this video and I was going over some concept arts for Little Nightmares 2.
Oh, yeah?
And I watched it because I thought, hey, we played the game.
We
It'd be
did.
interesting to see what we went through and how it changed over the over the development.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things that I kept a note was, you know how we were talking about the doctor, the guy that was hanging on the ceiling?
Yeah, and how he was just kind of weird that he was just like a big fat guy, and I was hoping that he would be like a spider made of mannequin parts.
Right. Well, it's not a spider made of mannequin parts, but they pushed his look to the extreme.
In the concept art?
Yeah, in the concept art, because they had it so like, yeah, he was fat, but he was also like, what's the word? Like the slabs are like rising up in his face, so that
The slabs?
his jowls was over his head because it's upside down,
Oh.
and all those wrinkles are intensified, so it looks like his face is all like stretched out from the top of his head.
That's weird
And-
as hell.
And his
Very
eyes
unsettling.
is very unsettling. I can't find the picture though, because I think it might just be something you see in the concept art book.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to look up for the video for that again to show the picture. But yeah, it looked like his face was all stretched out. His eyes, like it looked like his eye sockets are vertical just because of the amount of time he's been upside down, and his eyes look like it's about to pop. It's a very interesting design that I'm a little upset that they didn't go with in the.
I was say that sounds
in the final
interesting
game.
at all. Interesting as opposed to like not.
as opposed to just man on ceiling.
Man on ceiling.
Man on ceiling.
All right, that's cool.
And another thing was those TV maniacs that we had to face up against.
Mm-hmm.
The idea for them was like they weren't supposed to look human. Instead, as the longer they were watching TV, the more they're how do I describe this? Because it's so bizarre. They start blending into the TV, like the Thing style. Like their faces up, like right.
Oh,
up
you
on
mean
the
you mean
screen,
like you
but
mean
then
like the movie poster for the Thing?
yeah.
Okay. So you're saying is that like as they watch more TV, their face was supposed to turn into like TV signal, whatever.
Well, it's more like they physically combine with the TV,
Oh, okay.
and they're all in like different stages of doing that. And if they're not near a TV, for example, maybe it's like outside their window or just outside the house hanging,
Uh-huh.
their head or the head, eyes, whatever body part, or they could start craning over to it, very similar to the teacher. And that's how they'll be able to see it. But then again, they'll morph into the TV. slowly and surely. And here, I have a picture. This is what I found. Oh, that's not it.
I do need to shoot that, yeah.
Where is he?
Cool.
Alright.
Got it.
Here you go. So this guy starts spouting
Oh.
long tendrils just to reach the TV that's off screen.
And they look like cables.
They look like cables.
That's interesting.
Very creepy.
It is definitely creepy. I kind of like what they went with like the just like the whole faces, because that's like very distinct. But I like this idea too. Man,
Yeah,
it really does. It really does go
another
to show
idea.
just how many iterations like a game will go through before release. That's kind of nuts.
Especially for a game like this where it's just all horrific images.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see how and where the artists were going with this. Oh,
Huh? Well, everything's not orange anymore.
huh.
Do you think that's a way for people to be able... Oh, you know what? I wonder if there are certain things that only appear on the orange part and certain ones that only appear on the other.
I'm gonna say that this seems like a very massive puzzle.
Frick. Alright, well, let's go to that tower.
Alright.
Alright, well, that's cool. That's an interesting thing to have checked out in general. In general.
I very much enjoy concept art.
Of course. Adrian would be very happy to know that I am on the volume where they're fighting, or where they're going to be fighting the dragon in Dungeon Meshi.
Alright, Dungeon Machine.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, that is a fucking great manga. It is so clever. Like, sort of spoiler, sort of not. But like the type of cleverness that they do is like 4 chapters prior to the thing I'm about to tell you. I want you to know that they established the idea of water walking as like a basic spell that almost every mage knows how to do. And literally all it does is it makes it so that way your body will stay elevated above water at all times, right? Like you'll be able to walk on water, and if water touches you, it slops off you without ever getting you wet, right?
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, right? So eventually they're like hanging out in this like lake area where they've been using water walk the whole time, and then a giant fuck you kraken shows up and starts like attacking them, and they have to come up with like all this. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Well, it's the same thing we've heard a million times. It is Godslayer didn't like how the gods were doing stuff, so he got the one true mask and killed them all to try and make the world a better place. And lo and behold, it's a worse place. Immense power lies beyond this door. When you use the sword...
So
this is where the sword came from. The moon bow and the sun sword.
So, I'm guessing...
Am I getting the moon bow?
The moon bow.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh.
Sword.
Oh, because it's here. It's like spirit realm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I like that. See, that's great. Why can't like I don't know. I'll talk about it later. And unfortunately, Saba's not going to be here for it because she's mad. But I actually don't like how they're handling the lore in this. It's a little bit too much, just like walls of text. I really like it when the lore is like, you know, visual storytelling, which they've done a lot of, and it's really good.
Yeah.
And I like that. Do more of that, please. Anywho, what was I saying about Dungeon Meshi? Yeah. So they're fighting a giant fuck you kraken, right? And they have to come up with a way of killing it. Normally, when you normally to kill like a giant octopus or giant squid or something, you have to stab it in the face, essentially. But they can't do that because this thing is way too huge, and it's also in the middle of the water where they're having difficulty dealing with it, right? So the dwarf on their team has this brilliant idea of like, yo, I'm gonna take this spear or this trident, and you are going to cast water walk on the Kraken. And the mage is like, are you fucking crazy? That means I have to touch the Kraken. And he's like, yeah. And so she like panics and she's like, fine, I'll do it. And so they do the thing, and she just barely like she's dodging tentacles left and right. She just barely like taps him with the scepter or whatever. Lo and behold, the Kraken like suddenly just goes whoop out of the water and can't swim or move anymore because it has no traction. and the dwarf just gingerly walks over and stabs it in the head, and it dies.
Nice.
And it's like, hot damn. And then the thing that I thought was really cool was that they used that as an opportunity of like, oh, this is how you cook like monster calamari. And it's like, oh, that's like really neat. But then obviously they can't eat the entirety of this giant Kraken. And a few of the characters are lamenting that fact at first, but then the dwarf is like, oh, don't worry, this Kraken was clearly oversized and was destroying the local ecosystem, so by killing it, we have actually introduced a massive source of food which will help replenish the wildlife that the Kraken killed. And they cut to like they cut to the Kraken like slowly sinking underneath the surface, where like a bunch of mermaids and fish and kelpies and stuff are like devouring its flesh. And at first it's like, ugh, that's like a lot of scary shit. But then you think about it and it's like, oh yeah, I guess it is kind of like helping, which is nice.
Yeah.
It is an extremely cool manga that has done a unbelievable amount of like just clever shit that I love so far. It's very good.
According to Adrian, that clever shit is soon gonna be running out until they get the story points.
Yeah.
But so far, it sounds like I should give it a
I'm
read.
having a wonderful time with it. I highly recommend it. Also, it's just on Manga Dex, so you can just, read it for free. So it's like, yeah.
Everything's on Manga Dex.
Even Jojo Leon. Man, I don't want to think about Jojo Leon. It makes me sad.
Oh no. Well, to get back at the topic about the lore building in this game.
This game or this game? Okay, sure.
This game, yeah. Because you're talking about the being upset with the long lines of text. Yeah, I would say I super agree. It's also like a bunch of text and long blocks of text that pretty much say the exact same thing
as before. And to be fair, we're not really like reading it, So like maybe it's more details, but it's like, I don't know how many times, like because you know what I think. I think it's a thing where they were like, oh shit. I think it's a thing where they were like, we need to guarantee that players see this story, but it's an open world game, so we're not guaranteed that they're gonna see it. So they put like the same story beat in multiple locations,
I mean, that's fair.
But
There's no
but
point
still,
in the story we are forced to read it.
like I don't know. Like I feel like you could have You could do a little bit of funneling, right? Like if you need players to know like, oh, the Godslayer was actually trying to do the right thing, you can like just make sure that we go through the Temple of the Mask, right? Like you could just be like, oh, you need this to open up this key thing or something.
Because that was just the location, right?
It was just a location. It didn't even have an emblem. It was literally just crystals. It was story in a crystal. And so it's like it's a weird dichotomy, right? Because they're accommodating to those who don't really care about the story, right? Because you don't actually have to see the major story beats. You can mostly just skip them and just like make progress. But then for those who are like us, who are trying to like, explore as much as we reasonably can, we end up seeing the same stuff like 4 or 5 times, and it's like, All right, I am presently at 7, which leads me to believe that there's probably 2 more somewhere.
Possibly if the pattern holds.
Yeah, maybe I should go to Castle Ganondorf again.
Castle Ganondorf is where you found the sword?
No, that's where we just were. That's where the sword was. Castle Ganondorf just had a symbol at the top. It was like a fortress where there was like a guy's corpse, and apparently that's where the Godslayer like started his attack from. He started from this location.
Makes sense.
It's like, yeah, I get it.
But once again, another one of Godslayer.
Godslayer bad, Godslayer kill everybody. And I'm like, wow, really? I didn't know that.
Godslayer did everything wrong.
Godslayer did nothing wrong.
No, did everything wrong.
No, he did nothing wrong. I'm sticking with my Griffith did nothing wrong. Godslayer was trying his best. If those pesky gods hadn't have gotten in the way, it would have been just fine.
I would... But what was... Well, I guess we can... I would argue that more if I knew what Godslayer was before he became Godslayer.
I'm pretty sure he was a hero like me. I'm pretty sure he came here... Like imagine... Okay, so like imagine a prequel game, right, called the Pathfinder, where instead of us going to this place to like kill the Godslayer, imagine it was the gods are corrupt and they only want destruction for mankind and blah 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 blah. And then as the hero you go and you get the mask and then you get the sword and then you fight 5 bosses in a row or 4 bosses in a row, and then you save the day, but along the way you became a villain. That's my interpretation.
Very much
at
Shadow
least.
of the Colossus.
Well, Shadow of the Colossus is different, right? Because it's like you as the player knew what you were doing was wrong, but it was for the sake of somebody that you loved? Question mark.
Right, because we do not know the relationship of them.
Right, about to say like could be a
They're very close though.
They're very close, and that's all that really matters. We don't need to know if they were brother and sister, although it would definitely help a lot. But yeah, like you knew that something was wrong because like every time you killed one of these things, the surrounding environment would die, you know? And so it's like, oh, that's like clearly like a bad thing. But you know, you're still doing it for the sake of this person. It's like, okay, I kind of get it.
Also the fact that the Colossus are big chillin', literally.
Except for Malice, but that's because you killed literally everybody else first.
Yes. He is understandably mad.
He's like, yo, dude, what the fuck?
Those are my friends.
You know, he's just kind of big chillin'.
Yeah, big chillin'.
All right, let us see what the... Let's see where to go next. There's one over there, I think.
Is there?
Way over there. Way over there.
That's really tiny.
Yeah. Luckily, the red stands out a lot on the blue and the green, so... Oh no, that's where I turn in the symbols. Unless it's behind something, which is very possible. Because that was a problem with the... There are giant mountains everywhere. So I'm gonna go to... Oh, and there you go. There's another one right there. So I'm gonna go... Here, let me land. I'm gonna go... Oh, and then there's one down there. Never mind. So I'm gonna go up there, and then I'm gonna go way over there, and then I'm actually gonna go to this tower and switch the time period and see if it's different.
Fair.
Yeah. All right.
Because how many pieces did you collect before you figured out how to switch time?
6.
That's pretty good number.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's not even like half.
Yeah, which leads me to think like maybe we're overthinking it. It's not part of the puzzle.
Maybe it's
at all.
literally just an aesthetic thing. Because I was gonna say you weren't here, so I didn't bring it up. But I was like, I don't know. I don't like this like orange mist shit. It doesn't look. I don't think it looks as good as they were hoping. I feel like what they were shooting for was like the orange of like sunset, but with like a bunch of with a bunch of snow around, which is like a good aesthetic. Like that's a neat ass aesthetic, but I didn't think that they necessarily succeeded. Perhaps, I'm not sure.
That's why I mentioned, although it's probably badly communicated because I was freshly awake, but that's why I was saying how it looks cool and all, but looking at it for more than like what 5 minutes, it's gonna start being annoying.
Ah, you did say that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Because at first I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude? These animals." Oh my god. I love them. Yes, Lawrence? What? Something funny?
So fitting. The Oracle.
Hmm. Oh, hey, look at this. Free crystals.
Nice.
All right.
What was Kubo the god of again? I'm trying to remember.
Like strength and like friendship or something. It's weird.
Strength and friendship. Oh yes.
All right. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get going. I got this, which opens that. Wait, what does it do? Oh, it raises that. Okay. Oh, and I can't use the weight because my bird is hurty.
Oh. Well, time to do some hops.
Frick.
Ooh, I don't know where you were going.
I was trying to do a slick curve because you could see the torch right there. Now I'm kind of stuck down here because I can't flap. I am who they called the Oracle. There is no single path that everyone should live. I could have told you that. You didn't have to be an Oracle. You know, I think everybody should be a basketball player.
Oh yes.
Everybody, including Saba. She can be the ball.
Oh boy.
That's a Mike Wazowski joke. I forgot that she's short. So sorry. I should really, I promise that I do think, what the hell? Did you see that like crazy kickflip I did?
I saw you boost forward. I didn't notice.
I did like an orange. Yeah. Okay. So it was different. Yo, that's weird. Okay. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it again, but essentially there was a brief second where I don't know. I guess I jumped at the same time that I shot the thing, and instead of just the normal boost, I got like an orange boost, and I was able to change my direction at the same time.
Yo.
Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's just because I was really close to the thing. Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't just a orange marker?
It might have just been an orange marker. Who knows?
Is it? He sort of.
There you go.
Sort of fits the signs.
Okay, here we go. Oh, anyway, so yeah, to finish what I was saying, I promise I do think about what I say sometimes. I just need to really get into the habit of like double or triple processing the things I say first. It'll really help me prevent situations like rotund.
That would be it would be a fantastic skill to learn and master.
You notice how these statues don't make my bird dirty?
Yeah.
Which is weird. Oh, hey.
Oh yeah, because you don't have to clean it.
Yeah.
That's really weird. Is it because they're smaller statues?
No, these are the same size as the other ones.
I really hope the answer is not the developer saying like, oh shoot, we forgot.
Okay, here we go. What? So they're both oracles? Well, one of them's not a real oracle. One of them wants to be left alone. Okay, so now that
You
that's
just gotta read those clouds.
yeah, with a curly bit on the end. We're all gonna die. Yay!
It's a very detailed human skull.
Lava
We're
death.
all gonna die.
Lava death. Wait. That was a point I wish he would have brought up in the video where it's like, skull means death. I don't think you need to be an oracle in order to tell that. You know, if I'm pretty sure that if I go anywhere or look at anything and I see a perfectly detailed human skull, I'm pretty confident that that's not a good thing.
Yeah. I already avoid places where there's a giant lumbering cloud that looks like it's about to thunderstrike the place. but to see a fucking skull peek out from there, like, hell no.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the skull wasn't that made by Aang Katara?
It was made by Katara.
So it's technically
So
not
I
even
guess.
real, but it
No,
was.
but it's
it
written
wasn't.
down in the notes, which means they do exist.
That is true, actually. That's a good point. I forgot about that.
It has happened.
Could you imagine if instead of that, if the writers were like, yo, what if we do the cloud thing, but we make up our own thing and then put it in the book and hope that Madam whatever just doesn't remember the book? Like, that'd be crazy.
That'd be really good.
All right, so where is it? So you see it way over there, right?
Yep.
Let's hit this thing. Oh. Did you see that? She had a white light coming out of one hand and a red light coming out of the other.
Ooh.
All right, so it's still there. I don't see anything else. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Stick with this for now.
So I guess it is just to.
I
change the color.
I guess it's legit just them being like, yeah, we know. See, look at her hands. White, red.
Ah.
All right, here we go.
Well, that being said, she does have a red glove on her right hand.
Well, it's the glove that she pulls the drawstring back, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that she would have a glove so she doesn't tear up her fucking skin. Her fucking skin?
A fucking skin.
Who do you think you are? I am the Pathless.
We're leaving dark. Breaking our hearts. Tearing us apart.
Like a dark horse. I'm just going to completely different. Just like completely tanking the whole thing. All right. We are kind of wrapping up here a little bit, depending on whether or not, like, if this has a symbol in it, which it does look like it does. If this has a symbol, this will be the 9. Actually. Oh, actually, no. It looks like it's just a lantern.
Shame. Man, Gosslayer really did take over the land for a long time.
Which is an interesting idea,
built.
right? It's like the idea of it not being something that's new. That's super neat to me.
Although now I'm thinking about it, there had to be people to build all these statues, right?
Yeah, so what happened
Which
to them?
would be his followers.
Yeah,
what
so
happened to them?
So you know what I think? I think it was the Godslayer had the Godslayer had the best intentions despite clearly turning into like an evil villain, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then he was like, man, it's real hard balancing this shit, and so everybody died.
Oh no.
Like who would have guessed that acting as 4 gods would be difficult?
Yeah. Probably went nuts.
I do kind of hope at some point that we get to wear his mask so we can see what the true path looks like.
Watch us agree with him. Like, yeah, alright. I see where you're going at.
You know what? I was wondering that. So typically when like stuff in fiction has like the one true path or like the true way or something, it's usually very pragmatic, right? Or not not pragmatic. What's it called when everything is about like pure efficiency or whatever? It's like
Efficient.
no, it's like frick. I don't remember what it's called. Like the idea of like killing one person to save 100 is okay because you save because that's 99 lives plus, right?
Right.
Utilitarian. There you go. Sorry. Is what it's called. Not pragmatic. Pragmatic is what I am. But the like so anyway, I'm wondering if the mask just shows you like a really utilitarian view of the world where it's like, yeah, if you leave the gods as they are, everybody will, like, the world will die in 10,000 years. But if you kill them and let everything fall to chaos, eventually the chaos will naturally settle and then everything will live for 1,000,000 years.
Right, but you just destroyed everything.
Right. Exactly. Like that's the thing, right? Like that's where the dichotomy goes in. That's where it's like, oh, you're a villain.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. What do you? So that was. So there was no.
Fight.
So that wasn't a symbol, by the way. So hopefully it's 8. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Let's see. And then after this, I'll send a message to Saba being like, yo, come on. Sorry. It was really inappropriate of me to mute you. Let's get back.
Yeah, she did say that she's gonna join us after she eats.
Okay. Well, because I'm gonna send a message, and then I'm also gonna go to the bathroom because I realized that I did have quite a bit.
You are filled up with
water, chicken, some pasta that was left over. All right, where is the thing to deposit? There it is. I think that's 8. I'm counting. I think that's 8. It is not. It's 9.
Shame.
Okay. So that means it must be behind some wall or rock, right? So where is it? Oh, and you know what was fucked? You remember the wolf skull that I showed you, like that one over there?
Yeah.
That was like, as you can see, it's kind of like tucked into a bunch of walls. That had a symbol in it.
Oh. Well.
Yeah.
That would
So.
have been hard to find. That being
Yeah.
said, giant skull is
Cool as
very
fuck.
noticeable. Cool as fuck too.
All right. Oh, that tricked me.
Oh.
Dude,
one
I
thing
got
noticed-
no idea.
I don't know what it is. I would go to the Castle Ganondorf since it's in the middle of everything.
We did that already. Remember?
Oh, is that where you looked for?
Yeah, that's where we went to the top of Castle Ganondorf, and I looked around, and I saw like 2 places.
Oh, I thought you were somewhere else.
No, that was Castle Ganondorf.
Oh,
I'll go back to Castle Ganondorf, obviously. Now it's canonical name. Dude, I hate it when the ground move like that. You see that? Oh, a chest! And the lore tablet.
What to speak?
Sorry?
The Tower Keeper.
Okay, come on. There you go. I'm just gonna drop right here. I don't know if my boost is enough to get that high.
Possibly not. Those are tall bridges.
Oh, look at the skeleton. I didn't even notice that before. Oh, it's like the skeleton of like a giant ram.
Ooh.
Oh god, this
Yes, my. Ooh.
the earth.
Oh,
fuck.
no.
Frick. The earth shifting and sliding underneath me as I approach is is weird. It's like texture popping but with polygons.
I love that animation though.
It's pretty good, right?
It really looks like someone's scrambling for their life.
Yeah. So Lawrence,
Yes.
how do you feel about normal type Pokemon?
Normal type Pokemons are boring.
Right? It's so and I want you to finish your thought, but like it's so nice hearing that from somebody who's not like a huge Pokemon nerd, because every time I bring up this argument to like it'll be Dave, or like the first time I proposed it to Grant, a bunch of people were like, oh, that's not necessary, like you don't need that. And I'm like, it's not about whether or not we need it, it's whether or not normal types are boring as fuck, dude. Like, imagine if I called them default type. Like, people would be like, oh, that's terrible. And I'm like, yeah, it's terrible right now.
Is like your picture of, what was it, that bull thing with
Tauros?
Tauros. Because I remember getting that in Pokemon Go and thinking, yeah, well, I mean, it looks like it.
No, you're definitely right. It's just I love calling it a bull thing.
It's how I name things when I don't know.
What would you call Porygon Z? Crazy
round,
Porygon.
Yeah, like round flying plastic duck or something like that.
Round flying plastic duck. That's so accurate. You don't even know how accurate that is. Oh, dude, wait, give me a second. Let me show you what Porygon 2 looks like.
Ooh.
All right, so you're already familiar with Porygon, right?
Yes, you have shown the picture of Porygon.
Yes. So this, well, I'm going to show the progression, right? So this is Porygon. And then they literally have Porygon 2, which is this, which is a round rubber duck. And then Porygon Z, which is the one we already showed you last night. And the idea is that these are supposed to show like the progress of technology, because the first one is like very blocky and polygonal, right? Because that's what was available at the time. And then Porygon 2 is after like, ooh, it's like it's like 3D, like rendering textures and stuff, or rendering edges. And then Porygon Z is supposed to be like, oh, it got corrupted. Shit. Oh. It's, it's supposed to be like an shit, dude. we gotta save him.
I would have guessed that Porygon Z would be like yeah, it's 3D, but now we slimmed it down.
Nah, it's supposed to be like it's corrupted. That's why it's constantly moving around like a crazy person. Hello? How can I not get this?
Crazy. But yeah, to finish my thought.
Yeah, sorry.
When I got Tauros in Pokemon Go, he was like, ooh, this dude looks like an animal. That's pretty cool. But then I saw he was normal, and then I was deeply saddened.
Like it's almost an insult.
Yeah.
Right. And
then I would have thought like there's no beast type in Pokemon.
No, there isn't, and it's so frustrating. So
he would have, or maybe he would have passed like maybe ground or something like that. I don't know. No,
heavens forbid. So allow me to illustrate to you, because once again, obviously you know nothing about Pokemon. So these things are really easy to explain from like a very basic perspective of like, there really isn't. Oh, I got another flap. Sick. These crystals are worth it. There really isn't a happy way, like. Because believe me, Saba, myself, and Grant have brainstormed for a while, like, what could you call it instead of normal so it feels less like an insult? And you really can't, because the whole idea behind normal type is that it doesn't fit into anything else. Right? Yeah. Like the quintessential example that I showed you that we showed you yesterday was Snorlax. And Snorlax makes sense to be normal because he doesn't make sense as anything else.
Thought he would have at least been a fairy, but
why would you say fairy? He's huge, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
There could be huge fairies.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, you are literally correct. Yep. All right, dude. I'm looking around. Obviously, I don't see no red mist, except for that, and that leads me. It's got to be behind one of these fuck you mountains, dude. You know.
Gotta be.
But where? But which one? There's so many. Frick, dude. And I don't even have like a map that I could bring up to like look at from the top down either.
Have you I'm guessing you've already looked through the tower that's right in front of you.
Yeah, it would be red if it would be red if I hadn't.
I don't know, as in like going to the top of that tower since it
What do you mean?
seems like the tallest point.
Which one?
Look right a little bit.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I gotta land. Ooh.
Yeah, just land. A little bit to the right.
That one?
Oh, that's behind you. To the left.
Left.
Other left.
Oh, sorry. I turned right like an idiot. That one over there?
The bright one on the left of the screen.
This one?
Yeah.
That's one of the towers that I had to put the emblems in to turn the guy off. There's no there's no
is
emblems
that-
there.
is- but like,
Oh, you're saying go there to like look?
yeah.
Sure, let's go.
'Cause it
There's even
looks like-
this handy dandy bridge to get over there.
Yeah. Because it looked like a tall point in where everything just kind of dips down into the valley. So I figured you might get a good view from there.
All right. So what was I saying about normal types? So yeah,
You were
I don't know. I
saying
don't.
You, Saba, and Grant were brainstorming.
We were brainstorming like what could you call a normal type instead, and that just seems like because I agree in the thing of like calling something a normal type sounds almost insulting, but like Pokemon's been around for like 25 years at this point, and normal types have been in there since the beginning. So getting rid of normal just so that way it sounds a little nicer is it's a little bit much. So that's not really part of my argument. But one of the things that does come up as like a pretty valid issue, every Pokemon generation has like two different Pokemon, like an archetype essentially that shows up at the very beginning: the normal bird and the little beastie guy. So you got stuff like Pidgey. I'm about to say you played Pokemon Go, so you've seen these a lot. But like Pidgey is normal flying, right? And then you got like Pidove. I spelled wrong. Pidove. You got this one. So look at this guy. Ready? Look at this thing.
Okay.
Look at that. Look how cute that shit is.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's so cute, right? That's normal flying. You got Spearow, right? You got Spearow. Look at this guy. He's like all spiky, right? He's like all spiky. He's like super cool looking. That's normal. That's normal flying.
Oh.
We got Swalo. Sorry, Pokemon.
Is flying another Pokemon type, or is it just flying?
Flying is a Pokemon type, yeah. Oh, here. All right, here's another one. This is Tailo, right? Look at Tailo. They look super different, right? Like they're all clearly birds, but they look different. That's normal flying.
Ugh.
You see what I'm getting at? And then you got stuff like Rockruff, right? You got, well, actually maybe Rockruff isn't really a great idea, or isn't a great example, but you got like Zigzagoon, right? Like we got this one. They do have an alternate form of this guy now, but in the game where he came out, you got Zigzagoon. Look at that thing, right? That's normal. That's normal.
Normal.
Yep, that's normal. That's normal type. Centret, thank you. Centret, you got this guy. Copy, image, paste. Look at that guy. That's normal. You I don't have to go that much further because clearly you're picking up on it now. But like for the most part, at the beginning of the game, you're going to encounter a normal flying and a normal like forest creature. That's typically how it works. In Gen 3, you got Poochyena and Mightyena instead, but they're basically just dark instead of normal, which is good. Like I'm okay with that. But anywho, like the idea of calling all of these things normal doesn't make any sense to me because like clearly Zigzagoon is a raccoon and it's like that's a beast, dude. Centret is supposed to be based on this like one particular species of like chipmunk, I guess, or something. So once again, that's a beast, man. And so one of the criticisms that Saba levied was like, well, if everything just turns out to be a beast, wouldn't that be just the same problem as like the normal thing where it's like too overrepresented? To which my response is, well, sure, but at least it actually describes what they are this time.
Yeah.
Right, instead of it just being like, oh, they're normal.
Yeah, because as someone who has very little experience with Pokemon,
next to none, yeah.
next to none, except for just Pokemon Go. That's the
Oh, there it is. The pulse literally didn't.
So far.
The pulse literally just didn't make it that far. Wow.
Well, there
okay.
you go.
All right. Well, we're flying. But yeah,
But
you were saying.
as a person who hasn't played much Pokemon games, like seeing fire types and water types and plant types and like the list goes on. Like, that's really cool. And then you see normal, and it's like.
And it should be noted, not everything needs to be like some weird, wacky type combination, right? Like you can have some normal-ish stuff, like stuff that is more normal, but when you call it normal, it's like, why the fuck should I care about this shit?
Yeah.
I guess, which is a very mean and like non-productive way of describing it, but I don't know. That's sort of how I feel. So anyway,
that's how I feel as
so that's
well.
that's the argument for beast types, which pretty much is the one that Saba and I agree makes the most sense. To have sound and beast, just because it turns out there's actually a lot of Pokemon that have to do with like sound and music and all that jazz. So I think there's even like a legendary that would benefit from being sound. And then
Still can't believe Arceus is a normal.
it's normal.
I think that's the biggest slap in the face.
Like legit, I'll say it again. He should either be light because he's like God, right? He's essentially just God, or he should be null, meaning he's no type. And then it's just whether or not you give him the Arceus plates. Because I don't remember which game it was or if it was the anime or something, but like apparently each of the plates is supposed to describe the because once again Arceus like created the universe, right? So he's the one who created all the different types. Including Fairy, which by the way didn't exist at the time that Arceus was created, which is really funny. Because they later had to add a fairy plate with a description as to why Arceus created it. It's like, yeah, Arceus made this, huh? Like years after he wasn't relevant to the game anymore. But anywho, I don't know, man. I was super happy when they added Fairy to the game. To be fair, it should be noted that I did not even play the generation where they added Fairy.
Fairies.
Yeah, I didn't actually even play that generation because I didn't have a 3DS. But I still love the idea, right? They basically added Fairy as a counter or to help balance dragon types. Because dragon is, one of the most powerful types, as it should be, because that kind of makes sense.
Right.
But, dragon only had, prior to fairy, it only had two weaknesses, dragon and ice. Ice because reptiles are, they are hurt in the cold, and dragons by default are supposed to be reptiles. And then dragon because the only thing that beats a dragon is another dragon.
Which is fair, I guess.
Exactly. And so it's like it only had two weaknesses, and it's like, okay, well then we gotta have a little bit more than that. So they're like, okay, fairy, because in fairy tales you usually beat the dragon at the end. And it's like, all right, that's fine. That's kind of clever, and I like that. But it does lead to a lot of really funny stuff. Like, all right, here's my favorite dragon, right? God damn it, typing is hard. Rayquaza. Legendary dragon, one of the coolest designs, in my opinion, in Pokemon. Based on the Chinese sky serpent. Look at that shit.
That's cool as fuck.
That's cool as fuck, right? He is weak to this thing. Klefki. Klefki
he's beaten by keys.
Klefki is a steel fairy Pokemon, and so steel is like resistant to most of Rayquaza's like stuff, and steel also just naturally has like higher defense, obviously, and then it also just has access to a bunch of like really good fairy moves. So yeah, Rayquaza is defeated by Klefki, sort of.
Can't believe this.
And so like I don't know, Pokemon like stuff like that, like that's just silly. Like I like that, like that's just fun. But I don't know. One of the I said it before, but originally the thing I was planning on doing with Saba was more of a like just general podcasty discussion type thing with like maybe Grant being included, if he felt able to join us. There you go. Look at this.
Oh damn.
That's ridiculous, dude. Also, just crystals, by the way. I have not found an emblem here, which tells me that this is not where we were supposed to go.
Just to sidetrack just a little bit. I just realized something.
Yes.
You know how they said there's a sword and the moon bow?
Yeah.
And we could probably guess that you're wielding the moon bow.
Either that or I'm gonna get it to defeat him.
Yeah, that. Assuming that you are already wielding the moon bow, do you think the God Slayer made these puzzles so that only the wielder of the moon bow can access them?
I don't know if the God wielder, or I don't know if the God Slayer made these. I almost feel like these were made by like the Eagle Mother or something. You know what I mean?
Eagle Mother's pretty meticulous on her placements then.
I guess.
But
it is true.
I guess so.
I don't know, man. It like obviously video game shenanigans, right? Like
right.
we have to acknowledge that like above all else. But still, it's like, yeah, I kind of get it. It's just cool. I do like the idea. I don't think we have the moon bow yet. I'm pretty sure on the Sky Island we will encounter where the moon bow is, and then that's how we're gonna beat him. Because remember when we fought him at the top of the thing, every time I shot him, he just deflected it with the sword. Oh!
Right.
Lawrence!
What? You find it? Oh! It was surrounded by bright blue lights.
And it even flashes afterwards, you son of a bitch. That's ridiculous.
What a fake out.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh yeah, too.
I mean that's pretty much it for the Pokemon thing. It's just the like, I mean, you know, to a layman and to most people, it makes sense to just be like, normal types don't make any sense, so I want them out. But it's also like, originally it was gonna be just like a podcasty thing, and then I was like, man, I should actually do some research to see like if there's reasons why normal types exist like they are. Lo and behold, turns out that I was right, where it's just a placeholder, or it's just like a generic catch-all, and it's like, that's disappointing.
But they don't have like strength or weaknesses sort of thing.
No, normal does. Normal. The only thing that is super effective against normal is not super effective against anything else. It has no strengths, technically. Well, technically, I'll explain in a moment. But it is weak to fighting, because the idea is that if you have somebody who's trained in like general combat, they're obviously going to beat the shit out of somebody who's not. So that's like that's the logic there. And then ghosts type moves or ghost type Pokemon cannot be affected by normal and fighting types, but that also works vice versa. So ghost type moves cannot hit a normal Pokemon and cannot hit a fighting Pokemon.
That makes sense.
And it's like, sure, because, you know, normal things can't touch ghosts, and i.e. ghosts can't touch them either. And it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense. I'm like more or less okay with that. Am I missing something to shoot here?
That seems a little sketchy, though.
Well, because I lit all the lanterns, right? There's just a bunch of lanterns, and I lit them. That normally would tell me like, oh, there's like another lantern somewhere, but I'm just not seeing it. And also, this is exactly the type of puzzle that you get for just crystals, so I don't think I even... Oh, it's that over there.
There you go.
I thought that was gonna hit for a second. That was pretty hype.
Ooh.
I like when it's scrim.
Scrim. Ooh.
Nope, not that one.
Gotta be too far away. Why not just
There
use
you
the
go, got
closer-
it.
Oh,
There you go.
oh, never mind. Oh, you did get it.
I did get it, but once again, it didn't actually solve the puzzle, which is a little annoying. The Coliseum again. Bruh. Bruh, come on. There it is, it's right here. Oh, okay, so I was actually supposed to do this. Nope, not like that.
Okay.
Dude, come on.
Where is that even going?
I don't know. There you go. Wow, crystals. Definitely what we were looking for. Alright, I guess we're gonna talk about more Pokemon since I don't know where the fuck I'm going. But yeah, doing like actual research into this shit, and then like one of the things that I was thinking about doing was doing like either solo, or if I can convince somebody, like partnered mini essays that would not be publicly published. They would only be accessible through the main essay, where it's like, all right, here's all the type matchups for beast type. Like, this is what beast is super effective against. This is what's super effective against it. This is what its strengths and weaknesses are. Here are an example of some moves that right now don't have any type, or right now are normal and instead could be beast. So like, for example, when I tell you like the move Scratch, that's a normal type.
Okay.
To me, that's clearly something a beast does.
Yes, exactly.
Now, what if I told you the move Bite?
That could still be beast.
I tricked you, it's actually dark.
Really?
Yeah, because the idea, because remember I told you that in Japan, dark is actually evil type. And so in Japan, it's like a horrible, horrible thing. The idea of like you biting somebody to fight them.
But we also bite on food.
No, it's different. Lawrence. All right, I'm gonna give this like another 10 minutes of me just kind of like wandering around looking for this shit. And if I don't find it, I'm gonna have you look it up, and we'll have to like process of elimination this.
All right.
Wait, well, hold up. It didn't even.
Still there.
It's still there. What? Okay.
Oh.
I guess I was at the wrong spot. My bad. I saw the lanterns and I was like, "Ooh, that's it." Oh. Let me unmute her. There she goes. Hello,
Hi.
Saba. How's it going?
Fine.
Okay.
We were discussing normal types,
We were discussing
listening,
normal
yeah.
types.
and by the sound of it, everything is absurd. Because bite should be beast.
I understand Bite being dark. Because there's also another move called Crunch, which is basically just super Bite. Like, it has like all the same stuff about it, and that one's dark as well. So like, I get that.
guess so.
But there's other ones. There's like Fury Swipes and like not Headbutt. Headbutt kind of makes sense to be normal. I'm trying to think of like what other moves would be beast types. There's a lot.
Texture of the ice looks really nice in the game.
Ice?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. I was so busy looking at these fucking statues of
I was about to say,
fire.
I'm looking at this. Is that? Oh, that is still the bear. Oh my god, I can't believe
You can't listen, Kuro. You can't also be the god of fire. We already have a god of fire.
You're only god of strength and friendship.
Or something. I don't know, man. It's hard being asked to like continuously read all these lore tablets. We don't have Saba here to speed read them.
Speed reading Saba.
Speed reading Saba.
What other... Well, if you decide to, like, figure out what other, like, the type to replace normal, does that mean you will have to replace all the normal attack moves?
So in my original plan, I wanted no normal. I wanted all normal type move, or I wanted all normal type to be eliminated from the game. But it just doesn't, like, you just can't do it. There are way too many things that just don't need to fit a type. Like I said it last night, but like tackle, that one makes sense. Like tackle, pound, headbutt, slash, there's just a huge list of like generic moves that all make sense to be normal, like with no advantages but with some disadvantages. Like they just make sense. So some of them could definitely have like different types, but some of them also don't need that. Like Adrian, I think Adrian might have mentioned it yesterday, but there's the move Uproar, which in the regular Pokemon games makes it so that way you can't be put to sleep, and I think it like deals a little bit of damage or something. I don't exactly remember, but like that right now is a normal type. And so once again, in the theoretical proposal, instead of it being normal, it would be sound. And it's like, obviously that makes sense that it would be sound. Dude, you listen to this music?
Make it sound beast as well.
Uproar?
Those dual type stuff, yeah.
So Saba, you actually just touched upon a different conversation I was gonna have with you in a long time, which was, dude, I think we should do a separate video essay on like, yo, moves should be double type though.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of Pokemon moves which could definitely be different, like multiple types at the same time. Like, I don't know how familiar you are with the more recent games, Saba, because I know that you had a 3DS, but you know the move Scald?
I don't think so.
It's a water type move that has a very high chance to burn the target, because the idea is that the Pokemon boils the water, right? And then shoots it.
That makes sense.
And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But in my mind, I'm like, dude, that should be a fire water move.
Yeah.
Because that's like that kind of makes sense. And
Well,
then
maybe we could have like a not like dual, but like you were saying secondary. So like the main type is like water or whatever, but like the secondary, like smaller underneath it, is also fire.
Right, but how would that work mechanically within Pokemon?
You know, we can discuss that when we get time.
You know, that's a good point. That's very fair.
But you guys were talking about normal, and like, oh my god, Lawrence, in I can't remember which Pokemon game it is, but there is, I think it's Whitney.
Oh, frick. Yeah,
There's
she's the normal type gym leader.
Yeah, and she is really hard to beat normally. Like she's got, I think, a milk tank.
Yeah, her like signature Pokemon is a milk tank, and holy shit, Saba's right. It's super hard to beat.
So normal can be
normal can be powerful.
Normal does get representation.
Normal, actually, I don't know if it's still true. Give me 1 second. Not yet. I don't know if it's still true. I know that they've done it for the Elite Four, but as far as I know, to this day, they still don't have a dark type gym leader.
Really? Why not? I guess they just don't want to outwardly be
the villain.
Japanese.
Well, because
evil.
because it's the evil type in Japanese. So the idea of having a gym leader who is straight up evil is ridiculous. And it's I don't know, it's really weird, because obviously to like an international audience, it's like, well, there's like even in Jello Apocalypse's so this is basically Pokemon video, he brings up this fact and then goes like, make sure to look up racism at your local library. And so there's like that like funny haha joke to it or whatever, but it's like, I don't know, man, there's a lot of dark types and you could do a lot of cool shit with it.
Yeah.
Like
I
remember
opportunity to just have them stay evil.
Well, I don't even mean that they have to be evil. I'm talking because typically, oh yeah, once again, I forgot that Lawrence doesn't actually know Pokemon. Typically, the Pokemon gyms have like a puzzle gimmick associated that's associated with the type, with the element that they're associated with as well. So, like for example, in Gen 3, the flying type gym. Actually, that's a bad example because it has nothing to do with flying. But, like, what's another one? In Gen 5, the bug-type gym had a bunch of spider webs everywhere, or more like bridges of spider silk. And the idea was that you could snap them. You could snap the bridges, and the bridges would essentially become ladders, but you could no longer use that bridge. And so if you fucked up the path, you would have to restart from the beginning and do it again. And so stuff like that where it's like kind of neat. But so I remember when I was playing Platinum, like, you know, when I first played it, I was like, yo, I want a dark type gym where it's like shadows and stuff, like light sources and shadows. But the idea is that certain things, like you would be casting a shadow. Like, okay, imagine there was like a statue in the middle of the gym, and then you have this big light source that like shines around, and then the shadow that it casts on the wall is something you can physically walk on.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so you'd have like 4 cardinal directions to put the light at, meaning you have like 4 places to walk on, and depending on how you do that, it makes like a maze that you have to go through the dungeon or through the thing. And I thought that'd be really cool. But then again, apparently they just don't want dark type gym leaders, which is sad. Sad. But like, I don't know. Imagine that as well, Saba. Like, we'd have to, like, if I was a bigger channel, I would definitely be planning this over the course of like 6 months or whatever, and just get like a bunch of commissioned artwork of like, what would the beast type gym leader look like? What would the cosmic type gym leader look like?
Ooh.
It'll be interesting because maybe we could also.
Sound would definitely just be Hatsune Miku. Right? Like, I'm not wrong.
So yeah.
So what were you saying about Legendary?
I was gonna say, well, maybe we should make some. I don't want to say type, but maybe we should only attribute a certain, I guess, type to Legendary, so that like normal people wouldn't be able to get them. So like when I think of Cosmic, I mean, I know there are some Pokemon. Well, no, that can be attributed to the regular Pokemon too. But
yeah, but let's say you got LGM and BHM and stuff, right?
Yeah. But I think you get what I mean when I'm saying, like, I feel like there should be like a Legendary thing that like normal people can't just have a Legendary type or whatever.
I don't know, cause like I mean I even alluded to this last night, but I'm a big fan of there just being really rare types as well. Like, just because the type exists does not, at least in my opinion, necessarily mean that it has to be like common enough for people to just have it naturally. I don't know. I'm okay with there just being 3 null type Pokemon in the game, you know? Or I'm okay with there being like literally 7 cosmic type Pokemon in the game, and that's it. Like, I'm okay with that.
Sound like gods.
Like, that's neat to me.
They are?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon, they literally are.
All right. But I guess we definitely have to
we'll have to discuss it at some point.
But like, yeah, we'll have to like limit how much we want to talk about, I guess, because.
Well, we can also summarize, yeah.
There are certainly things if we start talking, because I know you said we kind of want to. I don't want to say script, but organize ourselves when we talk about it.
Yeah.
When the time comes.
Well,
and
there's
easily ways to get tangents.
Oh my God, Bear.
It.
Oh my God, Bear with the tail.
Bear with the tail, yeah, that feels weird. Oh, I guess their tail is like the moon.
Oh shit! It is the moon.
Symbol. Yeah.
Oh wow! How did we not notice that? That's very good. That's a very.
I just kept thinking like, oh yes, double tail.
Yeah, but I was like, oh dude, it's like a sickle. Which, once again, I wonder who the God Slayer actually is in terms of like animal form or whatever. Dude, Bear, how are you going? Bear, what are you doing? Give me some fucking time. You're going up surfaces that I can't go up.
You are a fast land mammal.
This is bullshit.
And not enough talismans.
Definitely not. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
I'm coming for you,
Okay,
you son of a bitch. I don't know if you know this, but I have the ability to glide faster now. Okay.
Ooh, he got stuck. What a fool.
No, he's fine. He's totally fine. Oh, dude, I'm gonna land on him. I'm gonna ride the bear god. Oh, I missed.
Ride the bear god.
That's my favorite heavy metal album. But yeah, I don't know, Saba. Like, it's definitely gonna be something new that I've never worked on before. The like pseudo scripted video essay thing, because I do want to keep the feeling of it being like a casual-ish conversation. But like, if I still want to keep the video under like 20 minutes or like at max 25 minutes, we're gonna have to talk really fast.
No, yeah, and that's why I say
Saba.
scripted might not be a good thing. It's just organized
Oh
and
my
focused
God.
in what we're talking
There's
about.
so many.
Yeah.
Would be better, I think, better described.
Saba, help.
I don't know what to tell you.
Saba.
Run faster.
No, moderator.
Oh.
There was 3 in a row, like super quick.
Oh my.
I got it.
By followers, primes, and viewers. Wow. Thank you very much, Sab. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll work on that eventually, because like the thing is that I still have to do research on it, and this is exactly the type of stuff that my parents have been criticizing me for, where they're like, you know, I'm willing to do research for this topic on a video game, but yet I am apparently not willing to make an indie game for my portfolio. And it's like, yeah, cool, because I'm less interested in that.
I mean, you're technically still helping me a little bit. Not right now, but you
How?
helped me with my game.
I mean, I guess
You
so.
did?
I was
You did contribute?
I was a mild consultant, and I guess I'm also helping with what'd you calls it?
Your game jam?
Safe
game?
harbor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, just give me your skeleton.
Which
Oh
I'm
my
pretty happy,
God.
Lawrence. I finished the twins. I texted you. I messaged you. I finished the
Yeah, I
twins.
saw that.
stuff.
I will have to read them after the stream.
I should push it then because I haven't. But
Oh,
yeah, I
oh.
was like, their backgrounds aren't really. They're pretty simple. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, and it's a humanoid form again.
Or 3.
With a hole in the chest, yeah.
All right, what do I get this time, Bear? Want to see normals changed? Visit Obo's
Ultra
Patreon to support him at patreon.com/obotoken. That doesn't even do anything, right?
Probably not. It's not a real link. But
about
I'm
to
glad
say.
it recognized it as one.
Oh, but it does say like, hey, would you like to open up this Patreon?
Oh,
Oh my god. You have a Patreon? Zach?
Oh, God, one day it'd be so nice.
one day I'll have one as well, but I am not popular yet.
I don't know, man. The idea of, you know what? Like this is a sort of good topic, just because like obviously we're kind of finishing up with this area. I'm gonna explore this guy's skeleton a little bit, but and then after this I still need to go to the bathroom. But oh my God, he's huge. He's so much bigger than the other ones.
You needed a lot of flaps for that one.
I'm about to say, he's like either this skull is just huge, or he's actually like twice the size of the other gods that we had to deal with. Look at his claws too.
Bear skulls are comparatively small relative to the body.
Wow, look at
Which,
this.
by the way, that's a pretty small body for the skull.
That is true.
So-
he
so you might
he
be
has
right
a
about
big
the
head.
humanoid.
Yeah, he has a fucking melon for a head. I love him. But yeah, look at that. Once again, the hole is in their anatomy. That's neat. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I kind of wanted to talk about this just because it does bother me a little bit. But at least what is, in my opinion, the undeniable proof that rich people are actually just horrible and I hate them all. Did you guys see? So you guys are obviously familiar with like the GameStop stock stuff, right? Where like a bunch of like regular people made like hundreds of thousands of dollars. there's a lot of stuff that you see. There's a lot of people like paying off their home or paying off their student debt and stuff like that. Like a lot of people being able to like make demonstrable positive change in their life. But, and it should be noted that this that I'm about to describe is also because of like meme shit. But the idea that, there's like been this recent trend on r/Wall Street Bets of like people who made like a bunch of money just donating like $10,000 at a time to like wildlife conservation funds and stuff. So like so I want to say like over the course of like the last week, like 14 or 15 gorillas were adopted, like silverback gorillas, and it was the and normally I think to like adopt a gorilla you only have to like donate like $500 or whatever, but each donation was at minimum $5,000. And like the lady who like runs the foundation or whatever, she put out a video because she was like, she had no idea what the hell GameStop even was, let alone fucking r/Wall Street Bets. But she was like, yeah, I don't really know who any of you are, but just know that this is that you guys have over the course of a week given us more donations than we've received in 2 years. Thank you so much. We will be using this as efficiently as we can to help save the gorillas.
Yo.
And then, do you remember the guy that I told you about who, like, every day during the stock whatever, he would, like, post his overall, like, value? Yeah. And his username was, deep fucking value. That was his username. A new trend has recently started, like inspired by the gorilla trend, which was people supporting endangered falcons and naming them Deep Falcon Value.
That's funny.
And it's really good, and it's just like, man, I don't know, man. Like giving regular people enough money to where they don't have to like worry about shit and they can spend it on stuff that they want. I know it's obviously memes, but it is demonstrable positive change, and it's like, that's nice.
Yeah.
Let's do that for tigers too. Like that.
Tigers are scary.
And
Although I can't think of any animals that aren't scary. Name an animal that's not scary.
Dogs.
Lawrence.
Bunnies.
Bunnies can be scary. Did you not see Monty Python?
What cannot be scary? I don't know. Everything's scary, right?
And also, have you ever lived with
fish are scary.
Fish are definitely scary. Have you ever lived with a rabbit before?
No.
No, but I've seen people with rabbits.
I didn't live with a rabbit per se, but I did stay more or less overnight at a friend's house whose parents kept rabbits in their basement, and oh my god, are those things absolutely wretched. Not only do they just make just horrible guttural noises for no apparent reason, they will just actually like replicate a human screaming in agony just randomly.
Oh my god.
And like
normally I don't think they're supposed to sound that way though. Like,
no, well, like you
are treated
no,
correctly.
I am here. Well, okay. To be fair, this is me trusting the word of my friend's parents. But that being said, they did say that they've kept rabbits for like their entire lives essentially, and they were describing it as So when the rabbit does that, that is essentially the rabbit realizing that it's bored and wanting to make noise. It's like when it's like when you have a teenager who's just bored and they just go "Bleh!" in the middle of the living room or something. It's that, but it's a rabbit instead.
That's pretty funny though.
That, but a rabbit and
just don't make the rabbit bored, then you wouldn't have problems.
But the rabbit is bored by default. There is that's the default status of the rabbit. The default status of the rabbit is not like content in its own existence. It's bored. Because surprise, well, surprise, you could probably guess what the rabbit wants to be doing.
Ah, yes. Doing math.
Exactly. Hooked on phonics, you know.
Yep.
But yeah. Rabbits are scary, so that's 0 for 3. No one has been able to list an animal that isn't scary.
I never disagreed with the initial statement.
That is
I think
true.
all animals are scary.
All animals are in some way terrifying. It's just whether or not they typically like attack the shit out of people.
I guess that's fair.
So where are we heading in game?
So, literally the first thing I did before, well, actually, Lawrence was here, but I forgot that I wasn't streaming to Discord, so that's sort of my bad. But I beat the boss. So now we're going.
I did see that.
Okay, so you did see
You
that.
saw that, man.
She was watching stream, I suppose.
I'll look at the VOD for the fight.
It was pretty okay, I think. I don't know, what'd you think, Saba? It wasn't really that tough.
It was interesting that he was like he was like spider slash scorpion slash.
The scorpion part was interesting, because I didn't pick up on that before. Like, he did attack with his tail a lot.
Hey, look, you're a god.
Komodo
God.
dragon god, snake god,
god.
bear god. Once again, 2 mammals, 2 reptiles, which is its own thing. Oh shit. Oh,
it's
this
so
is to
dark.
prevent you from flying up there with the bird. You have to use this. And dude, it's
Be
so
careful
dark.
to make it.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Oh god.
I'm gonna take this
scary.
opportunity to. Yeah, I'm assuming there might be a boss fight or something here just because it's so epic. So I'm gonna take a moment to go to the bathroom and I'll be right back. You two just vibe.
Alright.
I'll be back.
Hey,
Hey
doing,
Lawrence, what do you want to vibe about?
I don't know. You want to give me like a brief description on the twins?
Sure.
Also, I
So-
fucking love Umaru Klee.
Dude, just for privacy, do you want to go to general voice channel?
Oh, just so the stream won't hear.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Okay. I'll see you general. they're live, but their emotions kind of make it hard for them to do
Hello.
that. Are you back, Zach?
Yes, I am. Should I leave you guys alone for a bit?
Just
You're
he wanted
talking
me
about
to talk
project
about
stuff.
my doc. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it'll be for a second.
Just give us like another minute.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry, give me 1 second.
Blah,
I'm
blah,
hopping into the other one. All right, it's just me and chat. Hello, chat, who is not here. Hello, chat. Yo, it's Journey! All right. Cool. No! My bow!
Something's going on story-wise, I saw.
I'm the eldest tall one. Oh shit, dude.
They're corrupting our bird?
My bird! I'm about to say, no! Oh, it's gonna turn into a dinosaur bird.
Oh,
Wait, wait. We saw statues of this, of a two-headed eagle.
really?
Yeah, they were all over the place.
I guess
Oh
it was
look, he
foreshadowing
himself
that I
has
missed.
Artem's tail though, as well. It's weird.
You talking about the Godslayer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned we mentioned that before. Cause
I know we mentioned the animals, but I
No. But I'm saying like I remember in like episode 1 or like the first session that we did this, it was like, hey, that's weird that he has like this like cool sickle tail. Isn't that neat? And then we fought, and then we fought our first boss, and it's like, oh, it has the
It's
same
not
thing.
in- Oh god.
I think I'm okay.
You look like you're in cover. Aw, shit, and your bow broke too, huh?
Yeah.
Never mind, my moon bow theory is out.
Well, I think
Well,
we're
maybe
gonna.
this is
I
where
think
we
we're
get
gonna
it.
get the moon bow.
Yeah, it sure
I
looks
think
like it's
that's
gonna
good.
be that tower.
Shall we wait, Lawrence, for this to... Well, I don't know how much more of the game there is.
We probably got another like 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes is what I would suspect.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, Lawrence? Because we can try to go back and finish wrapping up.
I kind of want to put a pin on it
I know.
because I want to see
Okay.
this go down.
Well, we can talk in between switch games.
Yes, we can.
No. Okay, so I was correct. So wait, that's so backwards though. wouldn't the only places that are safe be the ones that are covered in snow? Right?
Oh, wow.
Because it's doing like a fire. Because it's doing like a fire attack.
Well, it looks like they're trying to. Kind of right.
See, and I'm safe. And now I got
I
one
guess
left.
That's kinda
I guess it's trying to say
depressing
that
that,
snow is not hitting that spot, so it's safe.
I don't want to have to
Which
kill
doesn't
the.
really make
I
sense.
don't want to have to kill my bird. I
Yeah,
also
this is
can't. I
weird
also
'cause
can't
it's-
run.
Because
by the way,
it's
in
not
case
even a
anyone's curious.
spirit, it's an actual bird that's being possessed, so
I'm,
it's frustrating.
Ow.
Mm.
okay. How am I going to reach that without the bird just killing me? I have no idea.
I mean, it might be just inevitable.
What, I just die to it like 3 or 4 times?
Yeah.
Oh man, if that's the case, I'm really gonna have to reevaluate my stance on like, oh yeah, you can design a game where the player dies. That's fine because man, not enough video games do it. So every time someone does, it feels very bad.
Well, I mean, it
Uh,
might be
That
that
being said,
thing
this
where
is
it's
the
like
second
you get
time they
hit
would do
3
that.
times, and
Well,
then
it's the second
like,
time
that's
they
when
would do
the
that
bow-
here, right? Yeah, you're right.
The bow thing appears, so it might just be like one of those things.
Because it didn't look like the bird was actually attacking until I started approaching this. And now it's attacking, so
it's
yeah.
attacking.
Yeah, I don't know. Either I'm gonna die, and there's nothing I can do, or, I don't know, maybe I'm just not
If you
seeing something.
Make a run for it right now.
I can't sprint, she's hurt.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't sprint, I can't jump, I can't even turn my camera. the music is,
it's a little tense.
I like it.
Did you stop when she's coming towards you?
That,
Cause it's sort of like, or at least I initially thought it was sort of like the, what'd you calls it? The fights that we had against the other ones where it's like, oh, if you're moving in the spotlight, they attack you. This doesn't have a spotlight.
yeah, it just knows where you are.
Which makes sense, because I'm a person wearing black and red in the middle of a white field, but... Okay, so I guess this was it. Oh, I'm probably gonna get hit, I think. Oh my god.
Oh my god, just barely.
So Saba was sort of right. It was, I just had to take 2 hits. It's a little annoying.
That being said, I can't see any more cover.
My determination, dude.
Oh shit.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw the actual ascent to this area, but it was definitely very reminiscent of Journey.
It looked very dark.
It was the whole like flying up through the clouds with like swelling music behind you, and I was like, that's fine. Yeah, see, look, there are the 5
Oh,
gods.
yeah, there you go.
So there's the 2-headed eagle, which I guess is the eagle mother, but still.
Well, Eagle Mother had one head, uncorrupted.
Right, but
Wait,
these
how
are
did
like
we
the
get
human
past
form,
it?
right?
What happened?
Saba.
Someone came into my room and started talking to me, so I had to turn away.
What the fuck?
Whoa, that's very Abzu.
This is the place from Abzu.
Oh yeah, you're right. It straight up is.
Whoa.
Whoa, are we canonically in the Abzu universe? What's happening?
Or it might be the same, like, spiritual realm.
Yeah.
But this is very much.
This is just Abzu, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's so
it's got
cool.
the same visual motif, even the reflection
This is the
underwater.
bow. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, and it's the
yes,
moon bow, yeah. And now we're gonna get the arrows with the moon tip on them. Oh, dude, I'm about to become a goddess. I'm so excited. I'm gonna beat the ever-living
call me
Christ out of this
Artemis.
Wait,
guy.
so I said, how did we get past that?
So you were sort of right. We just had to eat 2 hits, because the hits didn't actually knock... I noticed that the hits didn't actually knock us back as far as we were able to move forward. This false quest. We are basically just the same person, because he got a mask and a weapon. Now I got a mask and a weapon.
His mask do be
But we don't
stronger
wear
than
the
yours,
mask, quote unquote?
Well, we turn it off, right? Oh, okay,
though.
understood.
Oh, that is. That is
Boom.
fast and is also much
Oh,
bigger
that's
than I thought.
cool.
He's a large lad.
Ooh.
Shoot like that?
You like that?
Shoot like that? He's gonna dive in for a swipe, I think. Oh, maybe not. I'm not even running. Like,
You're just doing a light
How
jog.
is he shooting though? The bow's just like floating next to her? It looks
It's
just a
kind
bit
of
weird.
wrapped around her
it's supposed to be
shoulder, I
wrapped
believe.
around her shoulder. I think it just looks a little awkward. Okay.
Oh. Nice.
I was worried that I had to
Nope.
shoot them in a specific order. Oh, we're activating the things to get my bird back, which was my
Cool,
favorite
cool.
Netflix original movie.
Is it the long title? Activate the things to get my bird back.
Frick. No, I meant.
Oh
I
my
meant,
god.
Did I clip through? Oh no, I got knocked down. I guess.
Can you get back up?
Yeah, I absolutely can, and luckily I do regenerate health. Hi, bird.
Oh, the eagle's back.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh, you're inside the
times
wall,
I petted
sir.
you.
True like that? Oh, and with the moon bow, I'm regenerating my health much faster. Or sorry, sorry, spirit. Hi, bird. Don't worry, bird. I promise you'll be back soon.
If
You'll
you
get all the
stop being
belly
corrupted, I
rubs
promise I'll
Text later.
be petting you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll
Like.
pet the shit out of you after this, I promise. I'll rub the shit out of you. I know you love it. Of the sun sword.
That makes sense. Some sort of moonbow.
Oh, I have to shoot them twice now. I wonder if I fuck that up, if he's going to just absolutely bork me. Like, I'll just die.
It does seem like a one-shot mechanic.
Because it takes so long, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's just damage. I can't actually interact with the bird during that, which
Oh,
makes sense.
he's not a god.
Yeah, he's
I
the
guess he's a hero.
Yeah, he's the hero, like I said.
Was.
Or he was a hero, yeah. He was a hero. He got the
Got
mask.
the-
He got the mask, which would tell him like how to beat the gods or whatever, and then he got the sword, which would allow him to kill them.
The sun's
I guess I was just hanging on to the theory that he was once a god.
He does
That
look
does
like
not
it,
make me a god.
because he does have all the nonsense that he needs in order to look like one of the human forms of the gods.
And that is his quest to become the tall ones.
Yeah. So maybe he did. Maybe he's right.
Yeah.
Man, we do have like actual health though, because I'm just looking at the stuff around. Like I have like a vignette now that I've taken 2
Yeah.
hits. The power of the tall ones is mine.
The power to be tall is mine.
It's my dream.
They will not call me short again.
I got it. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
All right, that's the 3rd tower, which means we should now fight the bird, right?
No, bird. Give him
Bird,
pets.
I'm coming. Fuck you, dude. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What?
What the hell?
Oh my god.
I mean, he is an idiot, right? Like, he literally killed the gods. What's to say we can't kill him?
Hello?
Well-
Oh, E. Hit E.
Oh my god.
I was about to get squished, and so I just hit E. Oh my god.
are
No,
you-
am I fusing with the Eagle Mother?
Or becoming corrupted yourself.
Oh, thank god.
Or we just took on the corruption ourselves?
Maybe.
Because we are looking like the bird that's been corrupted.
Yeah.
Are we in the soul of the bird?
So what you're saying?
Are
So what
we
you're
in the
saying is I need
soul?
to. What you're saying is I need to get rubbed on so I can get all clean.
Oh,
What? It's just a sponge bath. It's only weird if you make it weird.
I was saying that's a very that's a very crazy sentence that you just said.
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude.
I should have probably go towards the light. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Going straight into the darkness.
I don't know, man. That's where I was pointing.
This is probably. I still think like maybe like we're quote unquote inside the consciousness or soul of the eagle.
I can see that. Yeah. We're in the Soul Stone at the moment,
Yeah.
pandering to Lawrence because I know that he's been watching Avengers stuff. All right. Yes.
What do we? Is there another one?
I'm about to say.
Yes,
I'm
when I was
assuming this is
young, I
going.
was
I'm
doing-
assuming this is going to like summarize the game for us.
And looks like it'll
Oh, there it
go a
is.
little bit into your backstory.
I think it's actually just going to summarize the game. I think because that moment that we just saw in the form of that statue was us getting the bird for the first time.
This is the journey part.
Well, Journey did it mechanics, right? So
Yeah, they did it with gameplay.
No, I mean yes, but like also
Yeah, you were
we had
tested,
someone
yeah,
telling
like-
us.
Yeah.
dude, I like the
Someone's telling us
statue
what
of the spider gorilla.
Hey, yo, what's up? He's just flexing.
Let's go, dude. I'm fucking yoked.
Look at my abs, bro. Look at my abs.
Look at my abs and my 6 packs.
Look at my abzu.
Look at my abs.
abs.
For that video, I'm definitely not gonna cut. I'm actually gonna have to like grab a little bit of Abzu footage to be like, yo, look, it's just it's the place from Abzu. Frick, dude.
Frick indeed.
You frickin' fricks!
When will you learn?
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
I wanna see if that dude grew up.
Sonic
'Cause I'm sure
Kid?
he did.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
Well, I guess technically, yeah. You would usually grow up, but I wanna see what he looks like now.
So what's gonna happen now? Come on.
Oh, you think it's gonna tell us the future?
Oh,
Oh, there's a fucking bird. To the other side.
Oh, my bird!
bird!
Bird, don't worry, I'm coming to rum on you. I promise. You're gonna be okay in a minute.
We love you, bird.
Bird, I love you so much. All I want is to see you hop again.
But not fly. Flying is
Oh,
a
we're
plus,
going into
though.
we're going into this, but it's all corrupted.
Ah, Absu place.
I send a message to the developers like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this?
It's the nest.
Maybe together you will bring back the light. I could have told you that. Ah, I'm a bird. Aw.
Wait, I don't get it. What is quote unquote our path? We've been doing this like saving the entire time.
Oh! Oh, it's the bear. Hell yeah, dude.
The
Let's
gods
frick-
are with ya.
I wonder if they're here just by default or if they're here because I beat their section.
Well, you kind of have to beat them to get here, right?
No, but I mean like 100%ing their section. Dude,
Maybe.
we did all that within the fraction of a second that he went to crush us. All right.
Anime time.
Dude, look at this fucking video game ass boss fight. Are you kidding? Oh,
You got building-sized enemy, and you got attacking the hands. That's very video gamey.
This is video game ass boss fight. Are you kidding? Look at this shit. Now I'm gonna shoot him in the face. Oh no, never mind.
Oh, him again. Oh.
Oh, that one was a deer
Oh.
shot.
Yeah.
Oh, and his hand
it has
hurt.
a moon shape.
You absorbed the eagle's curse. No mortal can withstand that. You're right, because I'm 6 mortals. Or yeah, 6. There you go. He's like, oh, dude, my hand.
Shoot his eyes.
I'm working on it, dude. Okay. Oh. Got it? Dude, you look at you, alien motherfucker.
Yeah,
Oh,
once again.
and I can't glide because my bird is dirty. Oh, look at his eye!
Yeah.
No, because I'm saying, like, it's funny, because this guy literally killed, like, the gods, right? But it's like, dude, if you killed the gods, you realize there's no... you're not immortal as a god. Someone can kill you, so...
I mean, I wonder if from his perspective, like, once again, because clearly, I think that this guy had the best intentions to start off with, and then he just turned into an asshole, right? Where it's just like, I wonder if from his perspective, with the power of all 5 of the gods, he was like, well, I won't be a god, I'll be a super god. I will be the world's first pentagod. Also my favorite heavy metal band. Dude, that looks so ridiculous. I love it. Oh, and I don't even actually have to target. You see that the arrows are just like shooting around.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Can you imagine what this game would have been like? Like, obviously this boss fight's a little bit different because I'm just getting spirit for free. But could you imagine what this boss fight would have looked like if I didn't have, like, the ability to essentially regenerate health?
It would be very bad.
It would be be a little harder, yeah. Very bad, a little harder. See, look, I just lost spirit, but then the spirit just comes back. As long as I don't get hit twice in a row by the same attack, I'll be fine.
There you go.
Hell yeah, dude. Look at me.
Now what?
Yes. Now I get to shoot his eyeballs, because this is a video game. Give me eyeballs on your hands. Do it.
The chest. Use all the symbols.
Oh my god, no, look. He's charged. It's a progress bar, and he's charging up.
It is a progress bar.
Dude, he's so video game. I love him.
It's fully charged.
Oh, there's so much shooting, it's hard to tell.
I got him. Were her eyes always that color?
Maybe not.
Oh!
So we just killed him.
We killed him and then dispersed him, I guess, but now we are super corrupted. Okay.
There will be lights.
And then we'll die, because we got cursed.
You know what? I didn't expect it to have a flat top. I thought it'd be...
I thought it was gonna be like an
more.
environment.
Yeah. But that's fine.
Alright, bird. Bird, don't touch me, I'm dirty. She's also so sad. Could you imagine if the characters in Journey had this many facial expressions? Oh my god.
They said we're just We did. We could.
Could you imagine if in their next game, so like in this one they had like 2 Abzu references, right? Could you imagine if in their next game there's like this big tower that's like decrepit and you get to the top and there's just a dead body there, which is like in a red, like the red armor and the,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, dude, that was a good game.
That was super good.
I want to get everybody else's opinions on it in a moment, but I will say, and obviously I do have a tendency to repeat myself sometimes, but I don't super like how they handled the moment-to-moment narrative. I like the super narrative of, like, there's the Godslayer, he thought he was doing the right thing, but he was led down the wrong path, which led to him being, like, a villain. Like, that makes sense, and I'm fine with that. That's totally okay. But the just giant walls of text that were everywhere, like you know what my favorite lore tablet in the whole game was?
Infirmary.
Not because of the jokes that we made about it, but just because, like, I read Infirmary and I was like, oh, okay, now I'm looking at details in the environment. I'm like, oh yeah, this kind of makes sense, because you see bandages everywhere and like spools of thread and needles, and it's like, oh, makes sense. Like, that's visual storytelling, as opposed to a bunch of dead bodies being like, we attacked them because we thought we were right. We defended ourselves because we knew that we were right. And then you read that 6 times, and it's like, I don't know, man. I thought it was cool. Like, you didn't need to tell me directly. That being said, there were a few of those, like the souls, that were really interesting. There was like a few of them of like a dude who got slaughtered by his brother, and then you can see from the brother's memory that the brother thought he was doing what was right, and then after, like moments after he killed the brother, he was like, what have I done? And like, that was cool. Like, that one was fine. But yeah. Laura Bailey, Troy Baker.
Holy
What?
shit, dude.
Are you telling me the voice of the hunter in this is going to be the same person who does the English dub of Jolene from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6? Are you kidding? That's incredible.
And Troy Baker,
So both
the
of them
man
were
of many
saying just
voices.
random nonsense?
I told you,
They were
Simlish.
saying random nonsense in a cool way.
I can't believe that.
Simlish never lies.
Bass kazoo.
Bass kazoo.
All right, so how do you guys feel?
Hunter Choir, Troy Baker again. Yo.
Frick.
Wow.
It was
all
pretty
right.
good, yeah. I enjoyed that.
I liked it. Like as he says, I super enjoyed the super narrative, the moment-to-moment stuff. Like, oh no, we've been attacked. Oh no, we've been attacked.
Like,
Oh no,
do you
we've been
think
attacked.
I couldn't inference that you guys got attacked by the fact that there are 2 different groups of people who are clearly distinct from each other based on like the armor that they're wearing, but yet you're all dead with fucking arrows and swords through you? You don't think that I would know, like, oh, maybe there was a battle here?
Yeah.
You know? Like,
funny.
I wonder who these guys that are wearing like spiky red armor and all of their helmets have like 3 eyes on them. I wonder who they're associated with. I'll never know. Oh wait, you're just telling me that you're a member of the Godslayer's cult? Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
But I did also like the special location that you see. By special, I mean just like the points of interest, like the giant skeletons, not the Godzilla skeletons, but just like the other
playmates or
giants,
whatever.
Oh, you just mean like the
Yeah.
regular animals that were around.
regular animals.
The ones that got larger the closer we went to Kubo's realm or wherever, like the
Yeah.
place where he was hanging out.
And we got to the wolf, which was god size, but not a god.
Yeah, just
apparently.
buried in a wall.
Yeah, buried in a mountain.
Nice.
But I
Alright.
will
I do-
admit, I did not like the final Godslayer design, because that just screamed I'm
Video
evil.
game.
Yeah, I'm like video game, and it just
He
screamed
looked so
I'm
evil. He was a skeleton with muscles.
Because thinking
Oh!
about it,
Oh,
Poggers.
the mask slowly falls on your face. No, Art. eco-friendly.
The bird just starts rubbing her chest.
Yeah.
Wait, am I right? Oh. Wait.
What's
oh,
happening?
the
You
corruption
should
was
just-
the corruption was the sun? Dude,
Fuzzy.
come on. Please tell me that by 100%ing all the emblems and whatnot, I get to live and be a cool guy.
Yes.
I love bird noises.
I love bird noises. I love this bird.
Hey.
All right.
That was good.
Well, let's continue. See if there's anything after this.
We should. Oh, never mind. I'm really seriously hoping we didn't. Like there wasn't a, whatchamacallit,
Nope.
journey reference, and we just didn't know.
I
think this will just take us to the.
I think it'll take us to
final
the final
boss.
boss again. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it.
Well, but to finish up my thought,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like the final Godslayer design because that just screamed evil. Because like looking at the other 4 bosses, even though they're like corrupted, they look kind of nuts. But give them a new shade that's not evil red. Like if you make them blue, that's still like pretty cool god designs.
Right.
It may not inherently say evil, but it's like, yeah, I see where their animal inspiration is from, and they just look cool. But then Godslayer is like, oh, skeleton. Skeletons are usually evil.
Like the stereotypical video game final boss of giant guy with 2 arms where you can't see the lower half of his torso, right? Like he's just hanging off the side. And the thing is that once again, I'm like, yeah, that's like this is a video game, dude. Like so much so, and it's definitely not upsetting in any way. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm all for it, but it is off-putting, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go. How do you feel, Saba?
Okay, give me a sec.
Okay, never mind. We'll keep
grabbed
talking.
something.
Yeah. Despite that, like the first phase of Godslayer, super cool and intimidating.
Yeah.
You got big sword. Also, where the fuck did that sword go? I guess somewhere.
Good point.
Because that's not just a sword.
I'm about to say that's
the
a sword
sun
that's a sword to kill God.
That's a sword to kill God.
We got to be careful with that, or else we'll lose Dr. Bright again.
Yeah.
And he
Predictable
did
gun.
actually do the meme thing at the end of like nothing. Ah! Fade from existence. He did legit do that though.
He took off.
Now I'm
Oh
just,
wow,
dude,
you can see the different colors of the regions.
yeah, look, this one's like yellow, red, and green, and the place we just came from was white.
And then the place on top is
Black?
arena.
Yeah, arena. Like black, gray.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just kind of, you know, because you know what I was thinking? I'm going to go
What's
back
that?
to that first beach.
Ah, okay.
See if there's
Very
anything there.
fitting.
I'm going to go back
This
to
is
that first
this is the
beach.
journey thing. You you finish your journey and now you're on your way back down the mountain.
I guess so, yeah. I don't know, man. Like this is super weird because it's like what more could I have asked for? Like this game is almost exactly what I would have wanted, and because it's so close, the stuff that it misses out on are really exacerbated in my mind. Like if that almost makes sense, right? I feel like this game was like excuse me, was like 98% of the way to being like one of my favorite games of all time. But then like the few things that do bother me stick with me a little bit too much. And it's like, I don't know.
Because it's so close to being perfect.
I would 1000% show this to someone. You know what I mean? Like in the future, if I ever do like another one of these things where like, you know, going around just showing a bunch of things to people, I would show them Journey and I would show them this. I would probably skip Abzu just because Abzu is like Abzu is good, but it's definitely not a game.
Yeah.
Where this is a video game. Like
This
Journey.
is the most video game
Journey I
we
could
got.
hand to my grandma and she could play. No one in my family could play this. Wow, this bird do be gliding though.
He's a very strong bird.
I wish that we
Also,
had.
does that-
I wish that we
does
had
that-
achievements in this, because I would guarantee you there'd be an achievement for like go
Gliding
from
this long.
go from the plateau, the final plateau, to the end of the game or the start of the game, or something. Dude, I love shit just popping in because we're
Yeah.
definitely. Look at that down there. Look at those
Oh
squares.
my god, look at those trees.
Look at those squares. Look at those trees. Ready? As we get closer, I guarantee you that's all gonna pop in. It's gonna be like mountain. Oh wait, this is where I started, right? Right below
Yeah,
me.
that's the beach. Or maybe, well, it's that small island, basically.
All right, I'm gonna drop.
Looks cool.
See, look at the
I saw
texture.
that.
Oh, it was trees. It was trees. You were right.
Tell us what you think about the game.
No, I mean it was really good. I do agree with like what we're talking about, like the narrative chunks and stuff are a bit tedious because I can tell some of the like backstory of the game is kind of like good to know a little bit. So like being told it in like walls of text, as they say, is bad. But overall, it's very aesthetically
wasn't-
pleasing, and it's.
I mean,
good music.
I would like to make it perfectly clear. It's not even the fact that it was told in walls of text that's my problem. It's the fact that it was told in walls of text multiple times, saying nothing new. You know.
Godslayer is evil.
Godslayer is evil. He is attacking everybody. The gods are dead.
Oh god, I hate it. I hate it when this is a bit of a tangent. When like I make a plan or like I have a schedule in mind where I'm
definitely a
like I'm gonna
tangent.
do this, or like I promise someone I'm gonna like see them on the weekend, and then like my family's just like, oh well, we haven't seen these people in a long time, so we made this plan today, and like we expect you to come. It's like
Oh.
excuse me.
That is
Oh,
extremely
same.
annoying. Yeah.
It's incredibly rude for me to ignore the other person, so it's just a tough situation.
Yeah. Like, yeah, like even supposedly this Saturday, or at least last Saturday, my friends were like, hey, we're gonna go sightseeing in San Francisco. And I'm thinking, like, cool, have fun.
Yeah. Have fun.
Like, no, you're joining us. Like,
Why?
so I was like, why?
I'm
too sightseeing.
I'm 22. Why do I have to do that?
Well, I'm 21 still. But
Sorry.
Close enough.
Well, it's like, you know, also like because stream is like consistent, right? But it's
Yeah.
like it's almost like for them sometimes like, well, it's an inconvenience when like the best times to plan are the times you stream, Sob, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. This was already like this was
Like,
our
this hasn't
ideal time
changed.
for us.
You know.
Yeah, this hasn't changed, which is, but it's.
I
know.
don't really have to worry about family making plans and assuming that I'll go, because I have made it very clear in the past. Like, I mean, you guys know me, I can be very stubborn, and so like, you know, I'll just be like, no, I don't care. You know, I'm just not going. And you know, it might hurt somebody's feelings, but no, I don't want to go to the cemetery today. You know, stuff like that. But but it is true, right? The idea of like, yeah, this hasn't changed. We've been doing this, like I even said as much last night, but like, you know, we've been doing this for essentially like 7 months at this point, right?
Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
8, 9, maybe somewhere around there, like just solid. And it's like, I don't know, man, it doesn't change. So it's just like, I can't believe that family members don't really take that into account. Like, I don't know how many times I have to answer like, yes, I do stream on Fridays. No, this
Yeah.
is not new.
You're right, and it's like I get it's an inconvenience like at some points, and it makes it harder. But it's like
It's inconvenient for us.
Stuff too.
It's inconvenient
came
for us.
first.
We're already here.
Yeah, and it's like, well sure, and like that's why it's like I feel bad that we we can't. There's not a better ideal time, maybe during like the weekdays or
So who
whatever.
the fuck
like
is
that.
this
Ooh,
guy?
I'm not. Is that?
Oh, that's the place where you got the mask, right?
Right, but so this is just like a priest. He has like a coin on his head. Let's read this. Maybe this will make more sense now.
No, this just tells us this what the spirit mask is.
See the world may never see the world the same way again. Well, guess what? It's pretty much the same. That's more of a lore warning as well as gameplay. All right. I guess that's it. I don't know. I was wandering around hoping that maybe there'd be something that I missed in terms of like secrets or whatever.
Look up post game. Let me see.
Yeah, about to say. Just if you wouldn't mind looking up, just what the hell?
What the fuck?
There's an invisible something here.
Shame. I guess they knew that by this point you would have like 11 flaps. So a regular wall wouldn't do. What the fuck?
I think that's an
What is
object that they
happening?
forgot to include. Like they included the hitbox, but not the object. Maybe
I
I don't
don't
know.
think so. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, you have an
If you didn't
opportunity
finish
to
it,
do whatever. Yeah, if you didn't get everything, you can get it, and then the boss
okay.
fights there.
So final, like not exactly critiques, but like final statements, I suppose. First off, boat.
It's clipping through the boat.
Yeah.
Oh,
The water is
actually-
clipping through the boat, which is a little weird. But all right, how do I want to say this? So that first upgrade we got for completing the first zone and like getting the deer god skeleton or whatever, right? Getting the ability to naturally regenerate spirit without having to shoot talismans, that is a demonstrable like gameplay upgrade, right?
True.
Every other upgrade we got from the gods was like something we already could do but faster.
Right,
I mean,
like,
they
fly
didn't give us
higher.
shooting faster though.
But
That's
you're definitely right about that. Where it's like that would have been really nice, but like it's weird that the deer god literally adds a new mechanic as opposed to the other ones just enhancing a mechanic that already exists. Like it almost feels like the deer god's first upgrade should be talismans give you more spirit, right? Like taking something that already exists and enhancing it, or like all four of them should have like something that was a demonstrable increase. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's a little weird, but once again, still very good. I don't know if you heard Saba, and maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't, but I said like as my final thing, I think this game is nearly flawless in terms of like just being a video game. Like I think it's like 98% of the way there to being one of my favorite video games of all time. But because the 2% that's left over is so because there's only 2% left, I am focusing way too hard on the 2% at the moment, which is why it sounds like I'm super negative. You know? Because it's like, this game is really good, but it does have problems, and I can't help but bring them up, you know?
No, yeah, but overall it's really good, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
But-
All right. Well, that's the Pathless.
All right. Great game.
So what is it now? We got less than 2 hours until end of stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording for the Pathless. We could start Night in the Woods, right? That's kind of your guys' prerogative. If you want, we could start Night in the Woods, get the intro done.
I think an ore is coming.
Well, the or we could end stream and be done for the day.
Actually, if you, I mean,
Saba,
maybe I could compromise with ending stream a little early. Might help me today, but I don't know. I never like cutting things short.
I mean, that being said, if Lawrence wants to stick around, we could also just continue with just me and Lawrence.
Yeah,
Doing
makes me
something
feel-
besides
makes me feel
Night in the
bad.
Woods, I guess.
Feel bad.
Well, I mean, I could go either way. That being said, I don't think we should start Night in the Woods without Saba.
Yeah. I agree. It does suck that Colin wasn't here again, because once again last week he was like he was like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it was my mom's birthday, so obviously that's fine. But I don't know, it just sucks a little bit that he wasn't here for basically the entirety of the Pathless. I mean, he got the gist of the game, but I was hoping to get, because you'll recall that the whole point of all three of these things, of us playing all three games back to back, was that I wanted to get, like, you know, especially Colin, who had never played any of them, I had wanted to get, like, his opinion about, like, oh, look at all these three games, and let's talk about all of them.
Yeah. From the same, well, maybe not the same company, but the same people.
More or less same people, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that he would have super loved the, well, maybe not super loved, but, like, got excited over the Abzu references.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do, Lawrence, we should finish our talk though as well.
And that is true.
So I don't know, maybe
all right,
if you guys want,
we'll end stream here. It's disappointing, but that's fine. You know, we finished the Pathless, so we can't really ask for much more than that. I did want to bring up a closing topic, though, just because I was thinking about this yesterday. And this is super tangential. It has nothing to do with anything else. And I won't even bring up, like, Pokemon or anything, so you don't have to worry about it being a discussion like that. But what I am going to bring up, and I wanted to bring up, was Hearthstone has recently come up in discussion again, because in the most recent expansion for Legends of Runeterra, the League of Legends card game, a new adjective, or not adjective, well, maybe it is an adjective, has been introduced, which is like criticizing the game, which is saying that it's becoming too Hearthstone-y, which is an interesting
it's
word.
becoming too like the game.
Well, it's too well, no, not Hearthstone. The Legends of Runeterra is becoming too much like Hearthstone. Yeah. So, and a lot of people, like, at first people kept saying that, and they were like, yeah. But everybody realized that they all agreed that League of Legends, Legends of Runeterra was getting a little Hearthstone-y, but none of them could actually define what that meant. And so, like, last night in the shower, once again, this was at, like, 1 a.m. or whatever.
Shower thoughts.
Shower is the best thinking place.
Is best thinking time. And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, why is that? So I wanted to break it down a little bit, just because I liked the thought process that I went through here. So the main things that people are complaining about being too Hearthstone-y is, for example, there's a new card that was released, which is called Concurrent Timelines, which is a 2-mana slow spell, which means you can play it super early in the game. And for the rest of the game, the first unit or first follower you play each turn, instead of playing that follower, it evaporates into nothing and then gives you 3 options of other followers of the same cost. And then whichever one you pick, it transforms into that instead.
Ooh.
And so that's one of the things that people are criticizing, where, like, yeah, that's fun. Like, that's like a fun, neat idea. But there's literally no counterplay to that. I, as the opponent, know that it's like, okay, they're going to play something for 2 mana, but I have no fucking idea what it's going to be. So there's no way I can, like, plan around it. And sometimes people get really good high rolls. Sometimes they get really bad low rolls. And so that's, like, one of the things that they're like, oh, that's really Hearthstone-y, for example. And then, alternatively, another one that they were complaining is like, man, that's really Hearthstone-y, is, long story short, there's been a champion in the game for a while, Fiora. I think I might have showed it to Saba at some point, but essentially her thing is that if she kills 4 enemy units, like any units at all, without dying, you immediately win the game.
Ooh.
And you don't have to
Wow.
you don't have to defeat them on the same turn. It's just any 4 without dying, and you win, right? And every expansion, they inadvertently add more and more and more shit that makes it harder to kill Fiora. So that deck of, like, oh, I'm just going to ignore everything you do and just make me win myself, like essentially, like, essentially, like, with the goal of building these Fiora decks is making a deck that has no interaction with anybody else, and they just do it themselves. It just occurred to me that when we were talking about movies that make us cry, Zach forgot to mention Redline. Redline's different. It's not sad. It's not sad cry.
It's
like
happy tears, Grant.
It is overwhelming joy cry because it's so good, dude. It's one of the most perfect endings to a movie. It's so good. It's so beautiful and just overwhelming. But yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway, enough of the examples. You get the idea. Essentially, the two things that people were saying is Hearthstone-y was like unmitigated RNG and uninteractability. The idea of like these Fiora decks, they don't actually interact with your opponent at all. You basically just play solitaire with yourself until you win or your opponent wins. That's it. Which, by the way, that analogy of like, oh, this is basically just playing competitive solitaire, that has been levied against Hearthstone for a very long time. That's been a very consistent issue with Hearthstone competitive, is that you don't actually end up interacting with your opponent that much. You end up just kind of like either board wiping them every once in a while or just doing your own thing while your opponent does their own thing, and one of you gets lucky and wins first, essentially. So the conclusion that I came to in the shower was that I think that, at least in the realm of card games, maybe other games as well, but in my mind, when something is Hearthstone-y, like quote-unquote Hearthstone-y, I think that means that the game values fun over interactivity, if that makes sense, which I know sounds weird, because obviously you want a video game to be as fun as possible. But in this particular case, like for Hearthstone as an example, when you value fun way more than you value interactivity... Oh, excuse me. My mouth is so dry. Give me a second. When you value fun way over interactivity, you get these situations where, sure, a game might be super fun for one player, but it's super unfun for the other player. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where it just leads to, like, basically just joy vampires. You know what I mean?
Or it's like in Yu-Gi-Oh! When you play old school versus new school, and you're just like, hey, I play like this,
well,
and then the other guy takes 50 years to, like, play his, like, fun... trap, reverse Uno, whatever shenanigans it is, and by the end you just lose. The other player's just like, this is not fun anymore.
And that's what I mean, where I'm like, it values fun, like individual fun versus interactivity, which is one of the things that I think, at least to me, and to be fair, a lot of people don't give a shit about that. Like, a lot of people just want, like my dad, for example. My dad still plays Hearthstone on occasion, and when I ask him, like, how is it, he's like, oh yeah, it's fine. And I'm like, oh really? Like, what's your win rate? And he's like, what the hell does that mean? I'm like, how many games do you win out of 10, essentially? And he's like, oh, about 1. So like, my dad is winning 1 out of 10 games, which means he has a 90% loss ratio, but it doesn't really bother him because that's not really what he's there for. And not that the game has to be about winning, but like, he doesn't care whether or not he gets to do his combo or like to play his fun cards, because he knows that eventually he will. And until then, he's willing to like waste time, I guess, if that makes sense. But anyway, that's one of the things that, at least to me, was really attractive about Legends of Runeterra, was the idea that it has incredible levels of interactivity, you know? It has the Magic the Gathering thing where when your opponent declares an attack, you get to pick who blocks which attacker, or if you want to just take damage directly and stuff like that. Anywho, I'm not going to get into details, but long story short, I would define the non-existent adjective of Hearthstone as a game that values fun over interactivity. Sorry, a multiplayer game that values fun over interactivity. So there you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get it.
Ugh. Okay. Ooh. And with that, I guess we're done. I don't know. What else am I going to do today? I think, you know what? Fuck it. tomorrow I'm working on video editing. Right, I'm gonna rededicate myself to like getting Superliminal done for the 28th,
yes.
which is 2 weeks away. But I think for the rest of today, I think I'm actually gonna start like compiling my research for the War on Normal Types.
The War on Normals.
War on Normal Types.
When do you think
fine.
that's gonna be?
Oh God, not for
out?
months.
Oof. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Well,
I mean,
because
after all, Grant has to finish his thing first.
well, I don't even know if Grant was going to be included in it. Was the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, for right now, in my mind, it was just going to be a thing between me and Saba, but including Grant would be nice.
It's because I'm an avid Pokemon fan. I think Zach saw that. He's like, okay.
Well,
Saba
because
probably, like, talking about this,
that's
which
the
I
thing.
do.
I like literally the first time I came up with the concept of the War on Normal Types, I messaged 3 people. I messaged Saba, Grant, and Dave. Dave immediately shot down the idea because he was like, "That's unnecessary." Grant was like, "Oh yeah, that's neat," but then the conversation never really went anywhere. Saba was the only person who like contributed to the conversation, and so I was like, "All right, I got you. I'm sticking with you then."
Line and sinker.
Because it's like, sure, I'm like, I get it. Dave's like, it's sure, this is all unnecessary, but this is why it's like a thought experiment, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it would be fun, the idea of like beast type or like other
Beast and
stuff.
sound and light and
Yeah.
cosmic
Something-
/ synthetic /
Something
alien.
not normal.
I'm about to say we'll have to figure something. We'll have to figure out a word for that. But anywho, yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. Because I gotta like compile the research, and then I said it earlier, but I really can't describe how difficult it's going to be since it's going to be the first time I've ever like conducted something like this. But I want it to be a video essay format, but in the form of just like a general conversation, or like it's supposed to have the vibe of a general conversation. So like it's
like a podcast sort of.
yeah, sort of. So like the idea is that it's me and Saba are presenting this idea of the war on normal types to the audience, i.e. anybody who is watching the video. But we're also talking to each other, like, you know, making suggestions and like this and that. But
I'm like confirming.
but
things,
it
yeah.
was already written to begin with. Like, it was already like pseudo scripted. It's just like I'm not going to be scripting literally every line of the video.
It's like a speech, yeah. It's like you have topics you will talk about, and you won't deviate from them, and you'll discuss
like a
it and move
debate
on.
speech.
Like a debate speech, but we're on the same side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you have
Yeah.
the points, but the conversation will more or less flow naturally.
Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking about it the other day, but or not the other day. I was thinking about it last night, but I had a joke in my mind that I thought would be really funny. Of when we mentioned like, here's another type that would be really cool, the light type, and it's like, yeah, that's really cool. You can have stuff like sunny day, that could be light. That makes sense. It would still power up fire type moves, but it would also power up light type moves. And I was like, and you know, like, yeah, that'd be really cool. And then in my mind, Saba goes, yeah, and then, hey Zach, do you know why Solar Beam is grass type? And then it cuts to me, and I'm like, what? Sounds of flipping paper very quickly. What? to cut to like the stereotypical like cutting the thing and we skip over it. You know, stuff like that. Like that's the type of thing that I wanted to get in. Or like the idea of like when we promote the beast type or whatever, and and I'm like, yeah, you know, beast type, we can give it to, and you know, you could get like bird type Pokemon that can't fly. We'll just give them a beast type instead, you know, like Doidrio. To which Saba would go, you know, Doidrio can learn fly, right? And it's the same thing of me like flipping through papers, like, what are you talking about? And then hard cut, move on. But anyway,
That's funny, yeah, because it's like the types were already suggested too by other people, but it's like I remember going through the list and I'm being like, no, Zach, they like promote. They also said this type would be cool, but I was like, I don't like it. What do you think? And he's just like, yeah, I agree. And so we ignored some of them, but like some of them we took from
because some of them are too niche. Like because a lot of the videos that we like when we initially had this conversation, the videos that Saba and I were looking up in the articles that we were reading was like types that should be added to Pokemon, like types in general. Whereas we are coming at it from the specific angle of there are too many fucking normal types and normal types are boring. You know,
Normal types are boring.
And because I remember like one of the proposals was like, oh, they should have a subtype essentially of rock types called Crystal, and it's like I kind of get it. Exactly, I kind of get it, but also no.
Crystal stuff like that. Yeah.
You know, like you got literal Pokemon made out of crystals, and that still makes sense that they're rock type. You know, because crystals are rock. But anywho. Yeah.
Okay.
And last thing, because I says this to Lawrence a little bit, but keep in mind, Saba, I have no idea. I had to compile the research first, but if the main video of like the just arguments in general is supposed to be between like 20 and 30 minutes long, or sorry, 20 and 25 minutes long in the end, I was thinking about either solo or perhaps with you doing supplementary videos that would not be published, like they would not be publicly available. They would only be available through the main video, where where we would be like, all right, here are the moves that would be light type. Here are the moves that are beast type. You know what I mean? And we'd like go through that, but that's like more specific stuff.
Okay.
The idea of the main video being like general introduction and then these specific videos going into specific topics, and they'd be like 10 minutes long, if that.
Oh yeah, and that's why I'm like it's fine because I know there's like subcategories, like so it's like what Pokemon should we change versus like what moves should we
exactly
change.
because I was thinking in the main video we'd have like examples of like this is a beast, that's a beast, that's a beast, this is not a beast, like Arcanine, not a beast. It makes sense that he's mono fire, right? Because that's what he's mainly about, and that makes a lot more sense, you know, stuff like that. Just examples, and then other videos would have more specific stuff. Anyway, all right, we're done. Stream is over an hour and a half earlier, but that's totally fine. Y'all have fun. Yeah, and we'll be back on Friday for more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which, real quick, I looked it up. Oh my god, we're already on episode 6, right? Like episode 6 with each episode being 4 hours long. It's probably gonna go to like episode 25.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of game.
That's a lot.
There's a lot of game. Because I said it before, but like the post game is longer than the main game.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
it's insane,
I mean,
and it's worth doing.
Maybe if you like if once we hit end game, before going to post game, maybe we could take a break and then just go into post game. But that's only if people are like tired of it. I'm about
to say I'm not tired of it. Like I'm having a ton of fun. We're still fresh, but it is going to be about episode 11, 12 by the time we like finish the main game, and that's going to be an emotional journey. so we'll think about it at that point. Maybe we'll take like a week off to play something else in between. But yeah, all right, cool.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Lawrence, I'll see you in general. Bye, Zach.